Well, no, you've picked the right tool. You picked the right tool that works for you. That's simple. It does the job, and that's all you need. Yeah.
Yep. So it looks like we are live.
Oh, we're live? Oh, okay, cool. Let's go find
Just went live.
Live from New York. It's Saturday night. Oh no, right. Live from Port Huron. It's Paul Murray.
Yep. So
okay.
yeah, it's just another Monday, and Roger is planning to go fly. I hope he's getting good weather. The weather here is terrible.
Good.
Here comes this just in time fall of ship down bomb.
Yep, I see that.
I'm lying here with my eyes closed. If you hear snoring, just mute me.
Okay.
I might pull the Dave Ennis on you.
Yep.
I don't think I've ever fallen asleep on a live stream.
Hey, JDS is in the house. Wow.
And he is first.
And he's first this morning.
Well, holy catfish.
Yeah.
He's first and first. Good
morning, JDS. Okay. You gonna live, Hodges?
This is the Federal Biscay, Paul.
Yep. You're looking pretty high in the water. She must be empty too.
Yeah, they unloaded or something. Because when it came up through, it was a little, although sometimes they carry bulk stuff that isn't heavy.
Yeah, bulk. That could be. Yeah, yeah.
Because I would imagine a ship that size could carry a lot of weight, but you know, as far as dimension wise.
Yeah, I can't see it being very profitable if it's empty.
No.
Yeah, no kidding.
Got a ladder hanging off the side or something there, have they?
Well, what that's for is since
for the pilot?
Ocean going, that's the pilots.
Yeah.
They put them on here at north of Port Huron to go down through the river, take them off again down below. I think they take them off at Detroit or maybe not, but the pilots are on board from the Pilot Association. They have to have certified pilots. They're on all the way around through the lake system.
I've heard that on a lot of these commercial boats, you can book a room and book passage.
Yes,
that would be interesting, wouldn't it?
I think they have suspended that during COVID.
Oh, probably during COVID, yeah.
Yes, they have staterooms and they actually have stewards on board, and the cooks on the ships have been always noted for being fantastic.
That'd be a lot of fun if you took your cameras and your drones and took a voyage and made a video. That'd be neat.
Well, sometimes what they do is the companies will allow organizations to like either auction off or raffle off passage on one of their ships.
Right on.
For like passage for 4, especially like the bigger ones, the Paul Tugurtha. I know I had a person that I personally know that I went to school with. He 2 years ago or 3 years ago, he and a group of other people came up through on the Tugurtha. They'd won it on a raffle. And
nice.
He contacted me and I videotaped it and saw them waving from the ship.
We got Welsh Rob and Carpenter Rick in the house.
Morning, Rob and Rick.
Oh. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. It's a rainy Tuesday. Good day to be a duck.
Yep.
Rick and Rob, I sent you guys an invitation. You're all more than welcome. I was gonna go over here and look and see who is camera operator for the day here. I think it's probably Don, because boy, it's nice and smooth. Don does a great job. I don't know what he uses for equipment. The other thought I had was because of all these cameras I'm running and all the stuff that I run on my computers, I think it might be slowing down my internet.
Yeah.
I'm sure it is, Paul. Of course it is, right?
Yeah.
Or do you notice things getting slow when you're surfing videos or something like that?
Well, like when I'm running the camera,
Yeah.
sometimes it's right on as far as the sensitivity.
Yeah.
Sometimes when I go to move, like to pan that camera right there, there's a 5-second delay.
Oh, okay.
So
Well, what about people upstairs? Do they, you know,
oh, they're
probably
on too, sure.
because they're on the same system, aren't they?
Yeah. Actually, Dave Lohr is the camera operator there right now.
Mhm.
Let's see where Dave is.
So do those camera operators work 24 hours a day?
It's volunteer.
Right. Yeah.
So they have a whole list of like, let me count them up. 2, 4,
I guess what I mean to ask is, are there slots open for camera operators all night?
18, 20, 24, 26, 28. There's actually 32 volunteer operators. And what
Yeah.
you do is, depending upon what part of the world you're from, some people are here from California, Hawaii. We've got people from Europe and Asia that are camera operators. So pretty much somebody should be able to cover the cameras all the time. Very rare do you see the camera on an auto when a ship go by, but it does happen.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You got to remember, not only do they do this camera, they've got this Port Huron camera, they've got Marine City camera, they've got an Algonac camera, and
Mhm.
have also a Anchorage, Alaska camera.
And they're talking what the locks at Sault Ste. Marie and maybe where you were flying the other day.
Yep, they've got a camera installed at the Sioux with the locks. They're just going through the setup on it now. And hopefully, maybe by the end of the summer, they might get another camera in St. Clair, which is halfway between Port Huron and Marine City.
Right on.
Good morning, Drone Pool.
Hey, Rob, how's it going, buddy?
Yeah,
Come on,
good.
Rob.
Can you hear me okay?
Yep.
Yeah.
You're just fine. Morning, Rob.
Hey, Hugh, you all right, mate?
Doing all right, bud.
Yeah, Drone Pool, I was just watching your video and just commenting on the mask one and the dragon one. That's some hell of a 3D printing. Well done there, mate.
Yep, Drone Pool's in the car on his way to work.
Yeah, I'm just...
Hey, drone ball. Okay, now that picture's starting to look foggy there. Now it looks like fog rolling in there,
Oh, we
Paul.
got a lot of fog. We had a lot of fog overnight.
Hey, JDS.
If you roll
Rick.
the footage, Paul, on the slider on the bottom, if you've got that up, you'll see a lot of fog.
Well, Paul, I think I'm going to go close my eyes for a few more minutes, and I'll be back in a little while.
Okay, Hugh, we'll look
All right,
for you.
guys.
Okay. Okay.
See you, Hugh. Oh, we have had really, really bad winds.
You might be getting the winds that we had. Holy mackerel. It was
Yeah.
about 2-3 days ago. It was terrible wind.
We're getting 50, 60 mile an hour winds we had.
Yep. That's what we had.
Yeah, Paul and I were just saying that it's almost like the weather that we normally get in April here, we seem to be getting now in May.
Yep.
Mm.
Yeah, because usually April, oh, we always joke around with April showers. Brings on May flower. Usually May is nice, right?
Yeah. And it's supposed to be like what you see here, Rob. This is the way it's going to be for the next week.
What's that? Is it rain? Is it?
Foggy, rainy, misty.
Yeah.
No, that's not good.
Well, it's probably good for the ducks, but
Yeah. Yeah. So obviously you haven't been out flying at all, then, Paul.
no, the last flying I did was last Friday, wasn't it, Paul? When I went, I think I got a couple of ships maybe over the weekend, but no.
Yeah. Just in between everything.
Hey, there's my nephew Rick.
Hey,
happening?
Rick.
Uh.
How you doing, bud?
Oh, you know,
Yeah,
Are you back down south again there, Rick?
yeah, I got to watch the kids this week because the ex started working again.
Yeah.
Everything good with the kids and family, Rick?
You know, they're
now,
As good as can be, then.
Are the kids going to school, Rick?
yeah, but it's online.
It's all online, so you got to be the
Yeah,
Fuck.
and
yeah.
and we know I'm computer illiterate, right? So, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
How's everybody been? Been too much of anybody in a couple of weeks?
The weather's just nasty. Gonna stay nasty for a week, and we've talked about that. And Paul is doing some sign work.
Is
I'm
there-
doing, yeah, the odd one, but nothing. Yeah.
I got a guy down your way trying to sell me tractor parts that he can't find, Paul.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I broke the tractor in the bush. It's still actually out there, right? So,
Oh, well, you looking for a starter?
well, he has the original hand crank starter, right?
Oh,
Oh my God.
Get that, and then I can get the tractor back to the shop, take it apart, and see what's actually wrong.
oh,
That's the big. That's the big, bigger one. It's not the little rider.
Yeah, no, it's the big one.
Was that a Ford?
Yep.
8N or the Ford Ferguson or something? 9N,
9N, yeah.
9N.
Yeah.
I remember I used to start the old L. Chalmers WD-45 with a hand crank quite a few times.
Yep. Well, that's why I did it, right?
Just had to watch that kickback.
Yeah.
Started one with a hand crank, so I don't know what it's all about, but
Well,
I'm not-
when a hand crank is designed, it's got beveled on the backside.
Yeah.
When
So
it kickback, it slips past it, but still it gives a bit of a kick
Okay,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
because it's got that flat side on it, and that's what you crank it with. And then if it catches,
Yeah.
then it's
You-
wobbling in and out like this because it's going past it. But
well, the old tractor runs pretty good, so it won't take much to get it going. There's nowhere in the bush to try and drag it with one of the other tractors to get it started. We're too deep in.
So what's it doing? Just making a grinding noise when it starts?
This is what I did. We were dropping a 100-foot poplar tree.
Yeah.
And I wanted to back it up a little bit, so I went to start it, and I didn't it didn't start the first time because I just hit the button quick. So I hit the button quick a second time, and as soon as the starter engaged, something went snap.
Well, it just probably does a
So-
starter
what's-
drive, like the Bendix or something on it.
I think it's the Bendix ball, but I don't want to order parts for it until I know for sure.
I was going to say, what's actually happening? What's the noise now then when you push the button?
Now it just
Is there
goes.
any...
yeah,
Oh,
so
so it's not throwing out then.
Yeah.
I don't
yeah.
think it's attached anymore. I heard pieces go down into the bottom of the.
oh
Yeah. All
yeah.
right.
Okay.
So I think the Bendix totally
Yeah.
gave up the ghost. How are you feeling, Rob? I haven't seen you in a while there.
Yeah. Well, I did my ankles in, didn't I?
Yeah.
I broke my one ankle pretty bad, and I busted up the other one a couple of weeks ago. So I was out of commission for a week or so, but I'm back about-ish now.
Nice.
Now, do they do rehab for you, or
But no, there's no point. I'm in a wheelchair.
yeah, you're not going to be walking anyway.
No,
Yeah.
No, but there were so many complications over the way which I broke it. First off, they wanted to do surgery, but I can't go under because I'm too much of a risk. Then they wanted to plaster it. Then they couldn't plaster it because I got an open cut and I got type 1 diabetes. So they said if anything happens under there, it's not gonna thing. I'll end up with blood clots and this and that. I'll end up losing my leg. So they were like, "What do we do?" So I
what
got
do
one of them
Some
big
more?
casts. Oh yeah, I got stacks of morphine.
Yeah, I was gonna say because that's pretty excruciating pain.
Yeah, I got one of them big boot things on which you push on the sides and it inflates.
Yeah.
And
Air
yeah,
cast.
yeah, that's the one. Sorry. And I went to the hospital a couple of days ago, had an X-ray, and they said it's doing brilliant from the first X-ray when it was all like falling apart. He said it's all back together now. So he said as long as you keep it on and things work out, it should go back to how it was.
Good, good.
So
Yeah, because it's not
Yeah.
like you have to, you just want it to be structurally sound. It doesn't necessarily have to carry weight.
no, yeah.
So has
Yeah.
anybody checked out that new FEMI mini drone?
Has
Yeah.
anybody bought it? Did you say or?
Yeah, I'm curious if anybody bought it. Like the active track actually works on it and everything, right? Like that's pretty cool for a sub 250 drone.
Yeah, I've seen videos on it.
Yeah, I've seen a lot, but it's not there yet, is it? There's still quite a few problems with it.
Is there? Yeah.
I've
Well,
seen,
Yeah.
I had no data, so I couldn't watch the videos.
there's as many negative videos as there are positive.
Yeah, but then the DJI one will work active track if you use the Litchi app.
Yeah.
But this other one I'm looking forward to was Hubsan. Hubsan is supposed to be bringing out a sub 250, isn't they?
Yeah, they are supposed to be, but Hubson and me have a long history of not liking each other.
Oh well, this is supposed to have everything.
I had a Hubson fly itself back to China way back in the day.
Why-
What, it done a runner, did it?
Yeah, it was working great. I used it like 30 times, and then one time I went to use it and I was flying it, and then all of a sudden it just off into the sun.
Really?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh wow.
Well, there's a famous video a few years back, not a long time ago, but a guy had an Inspire One. He was taking off and was driving. It was new to him, and I don't know whether it was pilot error or whether it was something in the software, the firmware, but it took off, got to about 3 feet, and just took off straight right into his garage.
His garage doors, yes, I seen it.
Seen that, yeah.
Yeah, him and his missus was out the front, wasn't he? And he
Yep.
said to him like, "Oh well." Was it an Inspire? Was it?
Inspire One, yep.
Oh
Like-
God.
It was still fairly new back then when that
Mm.
was an expensive loss.
Well, yeah,
Whoa,
my
yeah.
first Inspire One, which wasn't a version 2 or wasn't a Pro or wasn't just a plain Inspire One, with one battery was $3,800 US.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's a lot of bucks.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, when they take off, it's just something to watch.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
And the reason I
Yeah.
don't fly the brand new one, it just sits here. The battery length of battery is Paul. What are you getting? 15, 18 minutes with the Inspire One battery?
Yeah, something like that. It gets down 30%. I bring it home.
Yeah, yep. And that used to be fine back in the day, but once you get spoiled with 30-minute flights,
Yeah.
even though my ship videos, I may go around a ship and it might be 5 or 6 minutes of total video. I still got to fly back and land, and I land
Yeah.
zone somewhere around 40-45%.
Yeah. You're welcome, Chris Jackson. And
Hey.
good morning. I've been watching some of his videos this morning.
Yeah.
How's Roger and Kim been doing? I haven't heard or seen anybody.
Roger was supposedly going to go, he wanted to go and fly today. We'll see. I don't know what his weather's like out there.
Looks pretty crappy here.
Well, it looks like you gotta go pick up a sign later. Hey, Mr. Action Jackson, Chris is in the house.
Did it sell, Paul?
Yep, I guess so. I don't know. I don't know until I get there, but I'm sure it did. Just over in Centennial. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
It's only 5 minutes away.
You know, housing here has gone up in price and they're selling, but not to the extent what I hear it is over there in Canada.
It's
Oh,
crazy.
it's crazy here. I don't know. It's
You know, a nice little older house here, you know, 2 or 3 bedroom house with a garage used to sell for maybe 85,000. Now they're selling for 125 to 150,000.
Well, my
Iron-
place north, it's already doubled in price in 3 years.
oh,
Jesus.
But see, the thing of it is, if you sell someplace, then you got to buy something.
Yeah.
That-
And that's gone
And
up
then you're
3 times.
in a loop, you're buying at a higher price than what you could have bought the same property 3 years ago. You know?
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
why we haven't sold this place here yet, because for her to find something she wants, it's way crazy price.
Did you?
Yeah.
You had an offer on that place, didn't you?
We've had a couple good offers, but she can't seem to. The first guy, his financing fell through, and then the second guy, we can't find somewhere for her to buy. So no sense selling if we can't find somewhere to go.
Well, she could always move into your place.
Not a chance.
Oil and water. Oil and water.
That's it. My mom's already moved into my house, and I'm living in the cottage out back. So
Oh,
yeah, mom sold her place there. She had a disc in her neck disintegrate, so she had to take early retirement. So she sold her place and moved in there. That's okay though.
sure. You got somebody watching the place.
Exactly. Yep.
See, and as well for you, man, that's the best way people will make money now is if they're selling to go to live with somebody or rent or retire with the house prices being so high.
I'd rather her be around anyway. That way she's not spending money.
Yes.
You know, do some stuff with her life now.
Sure. I know I'm happy to an extent with my renters. They pay in advance, they pay on time, but they're not quite as meticulous about the north side of the house as I would like it to be. I just spent like $100 getting them a little deck someplace to sit out there. I just put in a storage shed for them to put some of their stuff. And I drive by and I see bags of trash out sitting along the fence. Like,
Well, I mean, it's better than not getting paid. But
yes,
I hear you.
yes.
What age are they, Paul?
They're I would say he's in his 30s. But
Oh,
he's got several kids by several mamas, and he's got a wife now that she's got kids by somebody else. So the kids come and go. They're not here all the time. Although with COVID, they're not in school, so they hear more than what they normally. In other words, like they would have the children every other weekend type of thing.
Right.
But now it seems like with the other parent working or whatever, they're here more than they did.
Well, it could be worse. You could be not getting the rent money, right?
Yep. But I'm sure there's all kinds of other horror stories. Well, I had a hell of a time getting rid of the guy, so that I did have. It was a
Yeah.
bad deal. I just happened to be lucky before, and I had a slew of good, solid renters that just, took care of the place. They were like, you never heard from them. They were just there. And
How long a lease have these signed now then, Bob?
it's a 1-year lease.
Yeah, just sitting there looking and reading an article. If I'm gonna even have a bus run next year.
Well, that's the thing. I
yeah.
don't know whether schools are going to ever open.
Well, they're looking so much at this full remote stuff, at home. But it says here last week, the board sent out a notice to families asking that a decision be made on in-person or remote learning by May 13th. In that notice, it was stated that French immersion would only be available in person next school year. Now the board is looking for parent input to see how much demand there would be for full-time French immersion on remote learning.
Yeah. Well, the sad part of it is, and I believe what's going on with the pandemic. I know it's there, but now they've got all these different variants from around the world. It sounds like this virus is damned. It's not just going to go away. It's going to keep mutating into something else, into something else, into something else.
Yep. I know people that had 2 vaccines and now are sick with the variant.
Yep.
Really?
Yep. So the Moderna vaccine does nothing against the
new
variant.
Yeah.
So.
And they just found other variants, and what I don't understand, they want to give this new president we have all these kudos, and the place that's out of control is India. So what does he do? He doesn't stop people from coming from India. He gives them a week's notice that he's going to stop them from coming.
Yeah, it's really stupid.
Right. So everybody in India that wants to come to the United States better get their butt here. So they already did.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, the same here. We got to
Yeah.
stay at home. We can't go anywhere, but come on in on an airplane. You're fine.
Yeah,
Yeah, we have the same with India. They give him, I don't know, 3 or 4 days notice.
Yep.
Before rejecting them. So
all it takes is 100 of those people to come in with the variant.
Yep.
And it just spreads like wildfire.
Yep.
So I don't know.
I'll be honest, if I knew this was the way the world would have gone, I wouldn't have had kids, because they're getting no social interaction with any other kids. They're,
Yeah.
When we were kids, we were like pushing little buggies through the dirt and hanging out on our bicycles with our friends and going to the park and, all kinds of good stuff, playing soccer. And now they don't, none of it, right?
Blind Neil says that he needs to get your address, Rick. He's got a coffee mug, a Hunter Orange Session coffee mug to send you. Can't lose it in the book.
I'll text you later in the day or email you, Neil. Yeah, I was, you can't even go visit anybody. I was like an hour and a half away from Neil and I couldn't even go visit him because of this nonsense,
Well, and that's the thing is for me, I have not been vaccinated and don't know when I will be, but I'm living the life pretty much of a hermit. I'm not social. I don't go out and get coffee or dinner with people. Like, I used to, I have people I know that they are very social. And I'm at a stage in my life where I'm much less social.
I'd rather be social with you guys than half the people that live around me, for sure.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the big release that this type of forum has really given a lot of people, where you don't feel as isolated if you can reach out and see somebody and talk to somebody.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
My wife was pretty sociable, out for dinner with her friends and this and that, and it's hit her pretty hard. I've always been a bit of a hermit since I've become disabled. Anyway,
I have more fun walking through the bush and stuff than I do hanging out with people. So it's
I get on with my neighbours and things, but since I become disabled, I I just don't bother with the people I used to. Or I don't go
Paul's
anywhere.
got a great job, though. I mean, Paul isn't antisocial, but he just go out and plants a sign, you know? That's what his job is. He doesn't, it's not like he's out glad handing or
No, I work by myself, right? So
taking people through the house on a tour. In fact, I think now, didn't Andrew say he bought a house and he's never been there or seen it?
Yep.
Other than,
Mm.
it's happening here.
yeah.
They get people from Toronto. That's why I think I get a lot of drone pictures because, you know, a lot of people from Toronto can see the inside, outside, all around the ground, everything, you know.
Yep. Yep. It makes sense.
In
As long
fact,
as
I think the house that Andrew bought, he can't go there without a 14-day quarantine. So
Yeah,
it's because it's a no travel zone, and
Mm.
he
Yep.
lives outside now. So that's why he's now in an agreement with the realtor to act as the agent, and he's just going to rent it out for a year until he figures it all out.
yeah, it makes sense, right?
Yep. Now over there, Rob, what you guys are you guys locked down in the area or?
No, we're out of lockdown now. Everything opened last Monday. Everything opened as normal.
Okay. Because I
Like
know
I said, it doesn't particularly make a difference to me.
Yeah.
But yeah, all the shops have opened. The restaurants you can only eat outside. You know, they're kicking it all back up.
Yeah, I know that David
Uh,
had indicated, you know, in Scotland that it's starting, the restrictions are starting to ease up.
mm. Mm.
Well, I think we got what, another till the 20th, Paul? We're locked down till that week?
20 or 21st, I think 21st, I think.
I
See,
had
they had,
people bitching that I was coming down here, but my court order supersedes any of this nonsense, right? Like,
oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
kids got to have both parents if both parents are willing to parent, right?
Yeah.
Well, you know, what other option does she have? If she's going to work, she's got to, somebody's got to take care of the kids, and it better be you than,
Yeah.
you know, put them in daycare or something where there's a whole bunch of kids.
That's right. That's right. That's how my buddy got sick, because he has to work and his kid went to daycare and the kid brought it home, and then everybody got it, right? But yeah, she works for John Hancock, Paul. So
Oh.
she's a
But
she's a big wig at Manulife, which is a big John Hancock insurance company kind of deal.
Yeah.
my niece's boyfriend, he got kids like up country. I know they're teens, but he hadn't seen them for 8 months, I think. So like how where with the lockdown he wasn't even allowed to travel to see his kids.
Yeah, my oldest one's the same. Her mother doesn't follow any of these rules, so I just can't see her. Just is what it is.
Mm.
Well, I know that here, being on the border, there's a lot of people. I know of one case where there's a guy, his wife and newborn child are in Canada, and he's over here, and he can't bring her over here, or she can't come back. So the only way to do it is they have to hire a company that specializes in cross-border transportation of all their belongings, and they have to hire them to bring it over. And then it has to be quarantined, and then she has to go. She got a passport. She has to fly to Detroit from Toronto, I think, to Detroit, and then she has to be quarantined for 14 days with the baby, and then
Hey,
she can come here.
Eddie.
It's crazy.
And it's all crazy right now.
So it's going to end up costing them, I think it was like $3,000 for the transport of the goods. And it's going to cost about $1,500 to $1,800 for bringing her not only the airplane ticket, but the quarantine at the quarantine hotel by the airport.
Morning, easy drone dude.
Hey, Chris,
Going on?
on the road again.
No,
Hey,
he ain't
Mr.
sitting in the yard.
We ain't on the road yet. Might not go on the road.
Jesus, with the price of lumber, I can't believe anybody's buying them trusses.
Oh, they're getting whacked. That's for damn sure.
My work is literally non-existent now.
See that
Right.
that'll-
Yeah.
I think that'll help bring down the prices though.
see that load right in front of me? That long stack of shit right there.
Yep.
That's the load they want me to take on some back ass road somewhere up in the woods. And it just got done. We had a hell of a storm here last night.
Muddy.
Tornadoes,
Yeah.
muddy. And they want this thing to go on some back road. So I'm just sitting here right now.
Well, you might be able to do it in like 1/3 at a time, but
Yeah.
you get any weight like that back there on a soft country road, no way.
No.
You can't make no turns. You know, your turns.
Hmm.
Hell, you got to have a lot of place to make that turn if you even got to turn the damn thing.
Well,
Keep
there
going.
again, Chris is thinking about Rick getting a high load lifter so that he can have a side business where in cases like that, he can just pick it up, swing it around and put it wherever they want to put it. And he can just pull up out there on the main road.
Yeah. What I need is a blowtorch. I'll make the load real small.
Well, I was hauling 40-foot tall cedar trees out of the bush. That's how I broke the tractor. That's what I was doing, because there's a guy with a sawmill who wants to do a deal. He's going to mill up the wood and I get half and he gets half.
There you go.
Yeah, so that way at least I can do some projects.
But my dispatcher, she's not here today or tomorrow. And she calls the salesman and said, "Oh yeah, he can make it in there." I said, "Really?
Yeah.
He don't even drive a truck."
Well, she's like the little wicked witch of the West anyway, isn't she?
Oh yeah. Her broom done burned up a long time ago. Yeah. But
So
there it is.
Is that your only load for the day?
Yeah, but my only load had turned into a 16-hour day for with these clowns.
Yeah.
Well, it's best not to take it till they sort it all out. You know,
Oh, I ain't going anywhere.
what you do is you call that salesman and say, you meet me here, you ass, you're gonna ride with me.
Yeah, that's what he ought to do.
Yep.
But they don't want to do that.
No, because they don't want to be stuck up in the bush in the mud for half a day.
Yeah, exactly. And why they ain't gonna get there anyway? I'm telling you, I already know, because we took one down that way the other day and had to get rerouted. Wrong ass. It was the wrong address. So
One
You
of
think
you
they
had
would-
to one of you had to bring back last week
yeah,
because he went to go try and back it in, and there was a great big ravine on the one side of it, and it was it wasn't even really a road, but it had all those great big stones on it. He'd have
Yep.
rolled right over and down the ditch.
Yeah, not worth it.
well, no.
Well, they must pay you at least minimum 4 hours this morning, Chris, no?
Oh, I get paid by the hour anyway. So like they say, you get paid by the hour anyway, so it don't matter. I said, well, okay.
As long as you're getting paid, that's it.
You might as well sit there in the comfort of your truck in the yard. Then.
But see, I'm not used to that. You know what I mean? I'm like, I don't come from that background.
Yeah.
I come from a background, you get it done and get it done right and quick. And move on.
You know, that's kind of funny because that's the way I was brought up. My parents, if they decided they were going to paint a room or something, I don't
Mhm.
care if it was Sunday afternoon, they went, got the paint and started and got it done by midnight or 1 in the morning that night.
Yep.
You know,
get
it
it
wasn't
done.
like, oh, well, we ought to do this one day. No,
No, that ain't how it works. But it's pretty, but we got a lot of rain last night, man. We had tornado warnings and all kinds of crazy shit.
I think Angie had a whole bunch too down in Texas.
Yeah.
Looks like it's cleared up there right now, though.
Oh, it's blue skies, but you still have all that rain from the last night, so you know you
Yeah, yep.
got these construction sites. You ain't gonna do too much in there.
Well, the sad part is, Rick, these salesmen, they want to get paid, so they want to push that wood out. He goes
Yep.
out and delivers its places, and they're just friggin' digging the hole.
Yep. I've showed up to build a couple houses, and there wasn't even a hole yet there, but all the trusses and all the wood was sitting there.
Just sitting there.
Yep, waiting to go. Because as soon as they drop the delivery, the money starts to roll, right?
Yep, that's how it works. Get the money.
That's it. We mostly build schools and colleges and universities and stuff like that, right? So our work is basically done. I might have to change career and go get a AZ trucking license.
Don't do it.
They-
The bad part about driving truck, and Paul Hodges used to drive truck too. He drives buses now, but the problem is the idiots out there. It isn't you.
Oh. Oh, yeah.
Morning, Roger.
Roger, just settle everybody.
Hey, Roger. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, yeah.
Hey, Bill from New Drone Productions in there too. All right.
Hey, Bill.
I dropped the link in the chat of a couple of guys with like jetpacks. Have you seen
Oh,
them?
yeah,
Where they
yeah,
they board a vessel, Navy vessel.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
They're doing experimentation for some big company there in the UK, right?
Yep.
I'm not sure. I just chucked it in the chat. That's all. If you didn't mind. Yeah, pretty cool. Yeah, isn't he? I'd love to trade my wheelchair in for one of them.
Well, if I had wings on my back, I'd fly. But other than that, forget it.
Well, I see where they're talking about EHang, that company.
Oh, I was just checking that. The bloody stock has crashed.
Yeah, the stock is going down, and they're trying to pump everybody back up again by offering to take future reservations.
Yeah.
I just looked at my
Going up.
stock a couple of minutes ago.
Well, the problem that I see with EHang's been around now for what, 2, 3, 4 years, and they haven't really produced anything other than some really neat videos. And it's like if Henry Ford had just talked about cars instead of doing it way back when,
Yeah,
would there be cars today? I don't know.
I'm 20% down since I bought into it. So,
You getting rain, Hodges, or what?
Yeah, well, we were earlier when I let dogs. I don't know what it's doing right now, but it's been foggy, eh?
Yeah, same here. It's crappy.
But it looks like the rain's going to stop in a little bit according to the weather radar, but But, oh, I don't know.
oh, that's not bad, Neil. We'll have a couple of them then. They're only 440,000 a suit.
$500,000 flying suit.
Yeah. Roger says he's going out soon. Got up late.
Yeah, you was supposed to get up early and make a run to the west there.
Hey, he was gonna go to that asbestos.
Mine there later. I don't know, but he was supposed to go west first over to
Yeah,
get
what they do with that asbestos is it's like a quarry because they mine everything down. It's not like they drill a hole and go in it.
It looks like rain there, he says.
Yeah, you're good. You're gonna get. That's the thing, Roger. You can't plan anything. This is what I've got to look forward to for the next week to 10 days. misty, rainy, cloudy, dark. Bill says that if you look at that, he put a link in the chat about Ehang.
All right.
Well, my only point is, Bill, is Ehang has a great marketing department. But where's the Ehang in the air? Where are they flying? Where is it actually in service, like in North America? Nowhere that I know of. Hey, there's the Sleepy Day Venice. Their concept, I thought, was very strong. It was cool. It was spacey looking. It seemed to hover and do everything they wanted it to do fine. But of course, we didn't see video of the actual process of getting it to that stage.
Yeah,
They
how many
must have
times?
had some crashes. and
That's what I was thinking. How many did they crash before they got one to fly, right?
But you
Yeah,
know, some of the funniest videos online are the guys that are making them in their backyard. They got a lawn chair strapped to some 2x4s.
Craziness.
They are, and you know, the funny part is because of the size of them, they're always like this, you know, there's not like a stable.
Well, I mean, sooner or later they'll get it right because, like, think about it. We all started out floating on logs, right? And now look at the ships that are built.
Exactly. Hey,
It's-
David.
It's whether or not they can still
Hey,
support it,
Mr.
don't they? Hey, David.
Hi, Paul. Hi, Rob. Hi, Rick. Hi, Paul.
But they come on
Chris.
the stock market just over a year ago at $11 a share. Then they went up to maxed out at $120 a share, and now they're down to $23 a share.
Did you buy at $11 a share?
No, I bought at about $30
Yeah, okay.
Should have
a
sold
share.
them at 120.
Hi, Roger. Hi,
Sorry,
Bill.
You should have sold them at 120.
I bought it on the way down
Oh,
afterwards.
You were looking for the bounce.
Yeah, I'm just going to hang on. They got a revenue though of 27.83 million a year.
Okay,
Well, I see-
Roger, you have a good
Yeah.
day. So,
Have fun, Roger.
Enjoy the flying.
Yeah.
I see there's a link to the BBC up there. I
Yeah,
won't
that's
trust
right,
anything
yeah.
you see on the BBC.
No.
I don't know. I seen some pictures, David, of some of that evil white stuff around your area not too long
Oh,
ago.
yeah.
Ooh.
yeah.
That was this weekend, wasn't it?
did you see his pictures from this last weekend, Rick?
Yeah, that was actually Easter weekend, though. We're about 4 weeks behind
Ah,
with the videos.
He gave us a preview of his
Oh,
under
yeah.
over the weekend.
I'll,
Show him a picture where you stayed this weekend, David.
it's a different one
Okay.
because I've just got the different one to hand. This is from Lindsay's camp phone, so it's a little bit squiff. I'll
Morning, Sam Squash.
there you go, Rick. That was the view this weekend.
that's beautiful.
Wow, they're just gorgeous.
Awful place to go. Absolutely awful to wake up to that in the morning. It was terrible.
Rick, your house up north, do you have any mountains and things like that or no?
No,
Forest.
yeah. It's
Hey, Sam Squatch. Mike?
There's hills and some small 100-foot cliffs and stuff, but nothing like that.
Yeah.
You got to go about 4 hours west of me to start getting into some of that better stuff. But and then after about 20 hours west of me, you get into flat for 2 days drive.
Well, there's a couple of different places around North America where they actually made the name out of what the terrain was, called a flatbush. Yeah. Flat with bushes.
Well, pretty much Manitoba, Saskatchewan, and 3/4 of Alberta is just nothing but flat. You can see your dog running away for a week.
That's
It's true.
that's Mike's favorite saying.
It's true. When I was driving the Trans-Canada Highway to go to Vancouver, you could see a car coming for like 35 minutes on a crossroad until you actually met him.
Wow.
You can see the duck side, right?
Paul, you used to drive truck, didn't you, all around?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I drove for what, 28 years, I think it was.
Did you have any specific place you used to like to drive?
Not really. Well, see, when I first started driving, I was, you never knew what direction or when you were leaving, coming home or whatever. But for the last 13 years, I worked for a company, Pro Hardware. And at least then I knew when I left, when I got home, and, meals were paid for, uniforms,
sorry,
everything.
Ed.
Yeah, it was a good company to work for. I just loved it. I think the last 6 years I basically drove North Bay, Sudbury, and Manitoulin Island every week. Leave on a Monday night, and I'll be home Thursday morning.
That's not a bad run. That's not a
Nope.
bad run.
I like that run. I get to know all my customers and everything else, right?
The old guy that owned the hardware store in Gore Bay there passed away about 6 months ago.
Was that right?
Yeah. Yeah, he was there for 40 years or something.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, well, they don't have Pro Hardware anymore. It got shut down, eh?
Yeah.
But the problem is what it was is that it was actually making money. That was the funny thing about it. But it was owned by a conglomerate, and they owned another hardware chain called Cedisco, which is owned out of Quebec. And anyway, so Cedisco wasn't doing well, so they took Pro Hardware, cut Canada in half at the Ontario-Quebec border, give everything east to Cedisco, and then everything west to Vancouver was all done by us. Well, and then they sold off parts of this, parts of that, and then it was gone. There is no more Pro Hardware.
Huh. Well, that's big business for you.
Oh yeah. Well, see, they owned a lot of companies. They owned what was it, Red something. But then they owned, I think there was some food chain, Red Carpet Foods. There was a lot of different money in different places, but it was funny. The company always made money, but they wouldn't leave it alone, right? So.
Yep. Well, it's not their nature. What I have noticed, this is just my opinion only, so everybody understand this is my opinion. What happened was somewhere in the 1950s and 60s, all of the big family-owned businesses had children, and the children didn't go to work directly into the business side of their business. They went to college and became bookkeepers, accountants, and those kinds of things. Then it became about the money. It wasn't about the service or the business. And so over a period of time, those people says, oh, well, we can cut this and we can cut that and we can stop doing this and we can stop doing that. And that permeated into the larger companies.
Yeah.
To the point now where the board of directors, you might have 12 people on a board of directors of a company, and 8 of them are accountants.
Yep.
Yeah.
They're not business people. They don't know what it means. Customer service, that's just a phrase,
Yep. They just don't care. That's the problem.
So the children of business people became accountants, and now they're running business by the numbers.
Which I understand you have to be profitable, but if your service level isn't high,
Right?
your profit's gonna go anyway.
It's not just service level, is it? You need the innovation. You need to be moving
Yep.
into different areas and pushing, the company in a different direction, maybe. And things. It's just all sorts. If it affects the bottom line, the accountant's going to say no.
Yeah, well, all they do is look at numbers. Like, it was funny
Yeah.
because years ago when I was working there, they tried to bring in a union, but see, there was a truck driver that ended up turning it down because we were treated decently, right? We got good pay, we got a lot of good things, so we had no use for a union. So a couple of years later, they brought in a house cleaner, and one of the first things he did was got rid of the truck drivers.
Yep.
And so it's funny because the way it worked, it's just a kind of a long story, but the company that supplied the trucks to Pro Hardware was a company called Pollock Truck Rentals. Well, anyways, but when they got rid of the truck drivers, Pollock Truck Rentals created a company called Partner Dedicated, but they still had the trucks there, and we were driving now instead of for a Pro Hardware, we were driving for Partner Dedicated. We kept the job and everything else, but what they changed was we went from a provincial-owned company to a federal type deal. Because see, before we could only haul our own goods, not anybody else's. So a
Right.
lot of times our trucks would go all the way out to BC and run home empty because we couldn't pick up anybody else's goods because we were under provincial regulation. So then it switches over to federal. Now we didn't lose any money or anything else, but any loads that we did bring back were a quick back in the dock load, and we were gone and right back to the area we came from. So it wasn't all over the country and all that crap, right? So but anyways, so then we had the Partner Dedicated we worked for, and we pretty well had the same thing, except we got paid by the mile and stops instead of by the hour. But then they just end up selling off the hardware chain, and it just ruined everything.
Well, gents, I got school starting in 2 minutes for these youngins, so I gotta go.
Okay, so the school bell is rung.
That's it. All right, gents. Hope to see you tonight or tomorrow.
Okay, Rick, take care.
Rick.
Have a good one, gentlemen.
So Dave, how are you doing this morning?
I'm doing.
You planned what your lunch is for today or your food today, or is today Whopper Day,
No,
or is it potato
I-
salad day?
I probably could change salad.
Ah, okay.
Hi, JSK.
JSK. Blind Neil says it's 37 there in
I'm not going to speak for what the temperature is here, but 1 minute it's dry but grey, and the next minute it's tipping it down, and then it stops again.
Hey, Mike, I sent you an invite earlier, but I'll send you another one just in case.
Hey, Mike.
Yeah, it's just,
Oh, Marshall was in there too. Oh, I'm sitting there looking at some news
Yeah.
and stuff here.
yep, Marshall's there.
JSK. Just
And just so everybody knows, one of the first ones in this morning was JDS.
yeah.
He was
And he was
first.
actually the first.
Yep, he was actually the first.
Yeah, Neil, but I wonder what Professor Rick's teaching.
Professor Rick had to go teach. No, he just got to turn the computers on for the kids.
Online schooling, yep. And
Oh.
his ex-wife it went back to work, so he had to be there.
I see Mike said he's planting right now. If so, he's in the tractor.
Ah. That'll keep him busy.
Yeah.
You know, everybody shows the videos of the tractor going along doing the planting. But what they don't show you is the tractor having to be refilled,
Yeah, yeah.
and you got to climb down out of the tractor and go do that and get it all set up and start again, you know?
Oh, yeah, yeah. The one I was watching was kind of cute. Was someplace, I think it's down around, was it Texas or someplace down there planting rice, but it's air seeded with an airplane. It just what they call air seeding, and but the guy comes up, he lands the airplane, truck pulls up, the guy still got the engine running. They come over and this big sock comes down and it fills it up. Guy pulls away, the airplane takes off again. It was cool watching that.
Yep.
Guy never shut the engine off and never gets out of this pilot seat.
Yeah, the technology is just
Oh yeah.
is growing by leaps and bounds. It's like now they have some of those bigger copters, and they're drones,
Yeah.
and they're firing seedlings into the ground
Oh yeah, yeah. For trees and stuff, eh?
for trees. Yep, planting
Yeah.
trees.
But the equipment around here now is getting so big. Well, I got a friend of mine who lives on a farm. I go for coffee about every 2-3 nights, someplace around there. In between the time I had coffee and the next time I had coffee, they had already worked the land and planted it and everything else. And I just go, what? Holy crap.
Yeah,
It was like 2 days. Oh, he said they come in one day, 3 tractors, big machines on the back. They had that field worked even before they were even done. This a guy planter was coming in. It just day and a half they had it done. And it's got to be a couple 100 acres or more.
Paul, you and David and Dave, keep an eye on for a minute. I gotta throw some peanuts out here. I'll be right back.
But so what are you waiting for, Chris? Just a load or not or what? Oh, guess he's not there.
Guess he's out sorting out his dispatcher again.
Yeah, must be or something. Oh, there he comes. He just came back on. He had the sound off or the thing off. Well, look at the fog there by Paul. Really? Yeah, that's what it's like here, eh? I'm only about an hour west of him. Or east of him, sorry.
That's more like autumn weather, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just, yeah. I don't know if I get. Oh, well.
Oh, Chris has gone again.
Oh, yep, he's gone, come and goes. Yeah. So did you do any flying on the last downer or what there, Dave?
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Plenty over that. Well, at that place I keep showing the views.
Yep.
Well, did a bit of flying there. And then we moved on to another place, which wasn't quite as picturesque, but I flew there as well.
Are these places very far away from you, or are they,
we
couple hour drive?
Did a total of 240 miles. It was 120 miles to the first place and 120 miles back.
Oh. That's a little fair distance, but not real bad.
It's further than we go for a weekend, but we had a long weekend, so it's
okay.
It's not a problem.
So how long would that take you? About 5-6 hours or more?
No. three and a bit, depending on how long you get caught in traffic.
Oh, okay.
We, I can't even remember what time we left. We went, whatever time it was we left, we went to get some LPG for the van,
Oh.
diesel for the van. We picked up some shopping so we could eat, and we were still there,
Oh,
6:30ish.
oh,
So it wasn't a problem.
oh, good.
And then we lapped out, took some video and pictures, and then caught a sunset a couple of hours later.
Oh, yeah, I got into well, I shouldn't say got into anything, but I didn't want to cause it this, any trouble. But well, we had a problem. We're in lockdown here, and there's a town about 10 miles to the west of it or east of us, and we got a problem with the church down here. It's called the Church of God, and the pastor down there, he still having 200-300 people in the church, and he's been charged I don't know how many times and all that crap. So I heard there was going to be a pretty big church meeting going on. So I thought, for the fun of it, I'll go down and take my drone. It was flyable, and I'll go down and film it. So, but in order to get into a spot where I can fly from, there's a grocery store. And so anyways, I've flown from there before. So I go around there, and there's a couple cops there. What the heck's going on here? So then I realized one guy's like this. He's got a controller in his hand. They had a drone there.
They had a drone up already.
They already had a drone up, eh? So anyways, they were kind of at the back corner of it, and I went down partway down the side and parked there. I was just curious watching the drone, right? And so anyways, I was kind of curious what kind of drone they had. So I was watching out over the top of the church. You could see it flying around. It wasn't very big. It was a pretty small drone. And it wasn't a DJI, because when it come back over top, and he hit the return to home button, because I could see everything go straight up, straight back, and straight down. So I know he hit the return home button, all right? And anyways, after they come down and landed, the one cop, he comes around, thumb stuck in his vest and being a big shot. I have to ask you to leave. Okay, why? While you're interfering in an investigation. Where the hell am I interfering in an investigation? I was downside of the freaking building. And the thing is, I was sitting on the tailgate of my truck, and he walked me from my tailgate of my truck around to and into the door, like he was like 3 feet from me to make sure I got my truck and left. Like, really? So I just drove down the side of the building out to the main parking lot, parked in there, and watched him from there because he couldn't bother me there. Freaking idiot cop. So mind to say, I'd never flew that day, because if I put my drone up, they would have probably said, charged me or something. And plus with the lockdown, I didn't want to push my luck, right?
Yeah, you're not technically not supposed to be leaving home unless you got a good reason, right?
I had a good reason. I was flying here.
Right.
Well, shit. If they're going to charge me, they're going to have to charge everybody over there at the church too, right?
Oh, yeah, obviously, of course.
Yeah. Only the pastor's been charged over there so far.
Yeah.
But it was funny in Tillsonburg the other day, last weekend, they golf course has been open. But you have to understand,
back.
it's okay. Anyways, it's a big golf course. It covers both sides of the road. There's a tunnel that goes under the road, and where they go down and play hole. Well, the 9th hole is just down past the tunnel there.
Yeah.
But anyways, the cops were sitting on the entrance to the golf course, and where that tunnel is, they were taking pictures of people playing golf. So when they're done their golfing, as they're driving out, they were handing them a ticket for $880
There you go.
because they had a picture of them playing golf, and they weren't supposed to be.
Although golfing, I mean, technically you're exercising, right? You're allowed to be exercising. So
Yeah.
what are you gonna do?
And it's not like, I don't know how many people are in a thing, but even if it was 2 or 3, or you're allowed 5 people right now. So I don't know. There's not that many playing one round of golf together, and everybody's separated. So I don't know what the big deal was, but anyways,
Where'd Fleet Captain Murray go?
He's throwing peanuts at squirrels or something.
Oh,
yeah, they were getting hungry up there. They're knocking on the window. So
what's up, Cat? Come say hello to YouTube.
Morning, Annabelle.
Annabelle. Yeah.
What's
Hi,
up?
Annabelle.
Okay. I've had enough.
Yep. Now she's at the cookie drawer.
Well, Blind Nail is funny because only had a little tiny drone. It wasn't a Mavic Mini or it wasn't nothing GGI. I don't know. It might have been, I don't know. But when I looked up and I seen it coming down, I got a pretty good look at it, but I know it wasn't a GGI drone. It was just, and it was so funny because he had this small controller and he was only looking through a phone, so it wasn't
What, you mean
high-tech.
it wasn't line of sight?
They were flying out of line of sight because it would go down below and they were zooming around
wasn't
or
out.
flying around.
Morning, Neil, Mike, JSK.
Mike said it's only 25 degrees Fahrenheit out right now where he is. Huh? Jeez.
I'm back.
Awfully cold in North Dakota this year.
Yep.
Welcome back, Mr. Murray.
Hey. Yeah, I had to
But-
feed the dog, feed the cats, feed the animals, feed the squirrels, feed the birds, feed the
Yeah.
and now I'm actually feeding me.
The
There you
breakfast bowl time. All right.
I live
You
on
say-
these things.
I see there that what the heck's her name is governor down in South Dakota where the up in the rocks where all the presidents are.
Uh-huh.
Mount Rushmore.
Mount Rushmore. They want to do fireworks this year, and Biden won't let her. So now she's suing the Biden administration, and oh god, because see the Mount Rushmore is federal land, right? So
Yeah, it's a federal monument.
yep.
Yeah, there's all kinds of shenanigans and nonsense going on all around.
Yeah. Now, Blind Neil, they had a cop with a video camera right at the entrance, getting all the cars going in and out, too. So,
Yeah, good morning, Marshall.
yep, already did there, Marshall. Okay, where is that? I
Yes,
expect.
thank you, Marshall. Thank you, thank you.
Oh,
The I was gonna ask you, David,
Uh-oh.
in your dondering or in your
Yeah.
travels, do you how often and how bad do you run into a typical Karen?
Funnily enough, I was thinking about this morning because my video for tomorrow isn't made yet because I haven't got a controversial subject to talk about. And after last week's, which wasn't controversial, I feel I need one. So I was thinking about it. And to be honest, not often. In fact, we've only found one, and that was more a Ken than a Karen. And he was in Englandshire, deepest, darkest Englandshire.
Englandshire, Scotland?
No, Englandshire, England.
Oh, okay, I was going to say that's a weird county name for Scotland.
No, it's just a weird name for England. It was in the Midlands, southern part of the Midlands. We were parked up, and we'd been there for 2 nights. This was the second night, And the first night we'd helped the guy's mate look after his fishing gear because he'd forgotten something. He was going to be fishing overnight. He'd forgotten something, wanted to go home for it. He didn't want to pack everything up. And I said, look, I fish, I'll look after it for you if you want. We're not going anywhere. And he was quite happy for that. And off they went. Then the next day, his mate was on the phone, phoning here, there and everywhere. And he came across and said, you shouldn't be parked here, and blah, blah, blah. I said, you didn't seem to mind yesterday when we were helping you. He just went, no, as a Karen would.
What didn't he like? What was his
The fact
complaint?
that we were there in a big white box parked on the fishing car park. It was a huge, great car park. And it was full. It was absolutely full with one white motorhome and his car. So it wasn't as if he had a hard time parking or anything. Anyway, we celebrate that day every year now.
Okay.
We call it, it's the no, you can't park that there day. And it comes in June every year.
All right.
A rather long-winded way of saying we don't actually have that much bother. Most of the bother seems to come from people who think they're in authority. Caravan site owners being at the top of that list, and newly elected councillors are another one. But we very rarely get confronted.
Hey, Paul, there's a question for you in chat.
Oh, okay. Where are we?
Murray, not well.
I feels bad, man.
Watch continue say money boys question how.
It's a very good question.
What's that question? How come the THST guy?
I don't know what that means.
Dave feels bad man has to sleep all day
No.
because he's up all night with the ladies. No, he's definitely asleep.
No, I'm not asleep.
He's sitting there looking. He's sitting there looking at us, right? Yeah.
For those of you, and not to embarrass Dave is disabled. He's living with a roommate. He has no family around day to day, and this is his only access to participating with other people, socializing. And Dave's got a big heart, good heart, and so we always encourage Dave whenever he wants to come on.
Thank you, Paul.
Well said, Paul.
This feels bad, man. I've never. I don't think I know him.
But yeah, when Dave's snoring gets too loud, we just mute him.
It does.
Well, I'm just waiting for a plumber to come. I've got that pipe leak. It's been in my basement for 2 weeks now, dripping. Hopefully he's going to fix it today.
Is it just a drip, drip, drip leak, or is it a real leak?
Well, it's a drip, 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 but it's enough, you know.
Yeah.
Plum will soon have it fixed. It'll be a proper leak by the time he's left.
Let's hope not.
Oh, I'll try something here. Okay.
You know, I've had a lot of plumbers tell me that water almost seems to have a mind of its own. You can come across a leak and you think you know where it is, but water will actually move throughout and come out someplace else if it's
Find the
not-
weakest point. Yeah.
Yep.
Hi, Stephen.
What's up, Stephen?
Oh, Stephen's in the house. All right.
Hey, Stephen.
Yes, I put out another drone music video this morning. Doing something a little different
You
again.
did?
Yeah, something different.
Well, good. What did you use, Filmora or?
I actually used both DaVinci Resolve and Adobe Premiere Pro.
Ah, okay.
It ended up that every time I tried to put an adjustment layer in DaVinci Resolve, it crashed, wouldn't work. So I may not be able to use DaVinci Resolve with my old computer.
Yeah.
Yeah, it takes a lot of hardware resolve.
Well, the funny thing
Yeah.
was, David, it was actually working better than Premiere Pro for the most part. It was actually playing back a little more smoother and everything, but I don't know. You know what I've been enjoying lately? The women of kite surfing.
Uh-huh.
Highly recommend it.
I bet you they don't surf in cold places where they have to wear lots of warm clothing, do they?
Sometimes they have wetsuits on, but yeah, usually it's,
So it's not the actual kite surfing you're watching, is it?
oh yeah, it's both. It's both. I love kite surfing and windsurfing and all that sort of stuff, but then this just takes it to the next level of enjoyment.
Yeah.
And they do stuff like a dance. Like, it's amazing some of the stuff they do.
It's funny, the winds are down to 5 and 6 mile an hour here, but light rain. Crap. Cloudy with showers all the way into the afternoon. Precipitation 90%.
I'll be back in a minute, fellas. There's my plumber.
Talk of the devil, eh?
Talk of the devil. I'll leave you some of my shitty drone footage to play with.
Yeah. It's funny. I was watching weather radar there, and it just about shows the rain just about gone. But and there's no rain at Port Huron, but yet you look at Port Huron, you can't see for fog.
Foggy, nasty. Yep. It's
Yeah,
going to be one of those weeks, I think.
Yeah. Algoma, Buffalo.
Algoma Central Lines. Yep.
Oh,
They've got a lot of ships too.
yeah.
Probably one of the premier ships on the Great Lakes is Interlake Steamship Company. But as far as numbers, Algoma seems to have a lot of both tankers and bulk carriers.
Yeah, and they're not as big as a steamship company though.
No, but they are a lot of them around.
But it's really fun. Not funny, but different that like really you look back at a lot of these ships. They're older ships. There's not a lot new ships around.
Oh, Chris is on the move. What's up, Chris?
A shit show, buddy.
Gonna park their truck and go home.
No, I'll take it down there. I'm gonna have an escort. I'm get an escort. I'm gonna take it down there and meet the builder at on a ramp.
Is that me? Make all
No.
that noise?
No.
I've got the noise as well.
Okay, I thought maybe something wrong with my computer.
So you're gonna run. How far you got to drive to take it, Chris? Oh, it's on
Straight through that door.
Yeah.
I just got to pull up there so they can load. Oh, no, maybe
Back
it's
up
already
next
loaded.
to the load, I guess.
Yeah.
So yeah, Goma, the Goma line is good. Great Lakes Shipping is another one. There's some of the smaller gray hulled ones. And
But they haven't built any new ships lately, have they?
I think the last ones that were built was in the early 2000. They were buying a bunch of ships from China, and they were bringing them over here.
Oh,
Stone is doing really some fantastic camera work here. You notice how his zoom out is nice and smooth. Mine normally, not normally, but a lot of the time I get that same effect with my new controller. But because of all the different things I have running here, I think that my Wi-Fi is overloaded.
yeah.
I'm
Can't
running.
Paul,
Three-
can't you hardwire up one of your computers or two of them to eliminate the Wi-Fi problem?
Would that make a difference?
Oh, yeah,
Or-
big time.
But I don't think it's Wi-Fi. I think it's bandwidth, Paul.
Well, okay, but bandwidth's a different story. But like I know I was having a lot of problems here, and I just said hell with it. I went and hardwired it. I haven't had a problem since.
Yeah, I think it's bandwidth, but I'll try that next. I'll get me one of those plug-in, they look like phone plugs.
Ethernet cord, the blue ones, or
Yeah.
Yeah. I would try that first, because where's your router?
Sitting right here, right between the two.
Well, you don't
computers.
need a very long cord then, just to plug
No.
it in.
No, just plug it in.
Little
and try it.
6-foot cord. Yeah. I'd be trying that first.
Think I've
Because
got
I know
it.
I kept having problems with the interference here.
Yeah, it.
You know, I think I told you, but I had a scanner with Bluetooth, and I was having a lot of problems. Kept kicking me off and everything else, and I ended up found out what it was where I had it set up on the outside of the wall was my smart meter, and it was causing issues.
Well,
But
see,
anyways, here
I've got all kinds of electronics. I've got computer down here. I've got a computer over here. I've got the two monitors. I've got the Wi-Fi, the router. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 external hard drives plugged in. I've got monitor. I got 2 cameras.
because you got what about 4 places on the back of the router to plug in.
Yeah, I think you do. I'm gonna tilt it forward without making too much havoc around here. I'm gonna take a look at the back of the router.
Eileen,
Like my router for my system here is about 10 feet below me, just right through the ceiling or the floor here, we want to call it. But I was still having a lot of issues. I hardwired it and it's gone. Yeah. I mean, for the cost of a cord or a couple cords to try it, man, like $5 for a 6-foot cord or something like that. I mean,
Hi, Eileen. But I'm with Neil. If you've got computers near the router anyway, you might as well hardwire them if you can.
yeah.
It's much better.
Yeah, I could get a couple of 6-foot cords and I can hook up 2 of my big computers,
Yep. Especially the ones that you use for the ship and stuff,
Now, when I plug in, does it automatically eliminate the Wi-Fi or do I have to turn them off on the computer?
yes.
I don't know. Dave might be able to answer that.
I always turn mine off.
You turn your Wi-Fi off?
Turn the Wi-Fi off on the computer. There's no need for it anymore.
Then you're not on it.
So all of my webcams would go to the router to my computers then?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
You'll
'Cause they're
still
hooked-
access the
Because
same
they're
network.
hooked into, they're hooked in, you're on the same network, so it
Yeah.
shouldn't be a problem. Wow, if there's a foggy picture. Hoo-hoo, that's right down on the, look at that fog,
Yep,
eh, Paul?
That's right downtown,
Wow,
heading south on the downbound on the St. Clair River. It's just
can't even
fogged
see the
right
middle
up.
of the ship.
When he pans back, you really get an idea of the fog.
Yeah, wow.
I just wrote, Paul Hodges, Ontario's now locking down motorcycles? What the frig?
What's that about? Locking down motorcycles?
Can't ride motorcycles?
Why the hell would you lock down motorcycles? That makes no sense. I'm all about protecting the public, but motorcycles, come on.
Holy, well, because maybe all the slobber coming off you and going the wind in behind.
Bullshit. Bullshit.
Well, the next thing you know, they're gonna do, if they do that, Hugh, if they're gonna go down that idiotic stream, maybe they're gonna say, if you have a convertible, you can't use it. Because you're in the open air.
No more riding motorcycles or ATVs.
ATVs as well? Oh, wow.
Well, probably because people are getting together and going riding together, and I mean, see if that'll stop the Hell's Angels.
Yeah.
Okay, I gotta go see this article here someplace. Okay. Yeah, okay, let's go to CTV London, see if it goes up there.
Doing good, Eileen. How you doing?
No, nothing there.
Is that for me, Hugh?
Okay, let's just try CTV News.
Hugh, did you say something to Dave?
I didn't say anything to Dave.
Okay.
Oh, good morning, Hugh.
Good morning, Dave. Hugh, the great reset we hear of.
Hi, Eileen, doing fine. It's been, it's been fine. We're out back. We're out of lockdown and allowed to go out to play. So all good here. Hope you're well as well.
Lenny is en route to her destination over at the VA hospital. She's going to be there for a couple of days, and she doesn't have Wi-Fi. Unless
Look
she
at that
gets
link.
to
Yeah,
be close. Yeah.
look at that link, Hugh. You might be interested.
What link? Oh,
That one.
Sci-Tech. Viking elite remains rediscovered after 100 years in Denmark. Okay, cool. Nice.
Did you find anything yet, Paul?
No, I went to CTV News. I don't know where it is. Must be on CBC or something, is it? I don't see anything about motorcycles or anything. I know they had a big overpass collapse in Mexico.
Yes, Elaine, I did.
I'll go to CBC.
Don't understand why they would not allow you to ride Jeeps or ATVs or motorcycles. That does not make any sense to me at all.
Doesn't need to make sense to politicians, though, does it?
Do you have a link to it there,
They usually
Hugh?
don't without some kind of a reason behind it, right? Like, I'd like to know who said that was a bad idea. Like, it just,
Do you have a link to that or anything to where it's announced?
Yeah, do you, Hugh?
what?
Where that was announced about motorcycles?
Sam Squatch, our Mike was telling me, Mike, do you have a link or a news article or anything we can look at?
I've looked at CBC and CTV and all that. I still haven't found anything on it.
Marshall's saying that in Moab, you can't ride Jeeps or ATVs in the streets.
Could it be because of the risk of injury and therefore putting pressure on the health services?
Oh, no.
That's what they tried to say for stopping certain sports and things in this country.
I mean, I understand sports. People are congregating, people are interacting, and obviously that's bad for a virus, right? But motorcycles and ATVs, you're typically out in the outdoors, you're typically by yourself, or
Yeah, but you come off your bike, you break both your legs, you're not breathing, and you need emergency help.
You have a car accident, you break a.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, I'm
your neck. I mean, yeah,
I can't think totally like a politician for you, Hugh.
I know. I hear you.
Hey,
I
Stella.
go fish.
That's quite a fog there, Paul, isn't it?
Wow.
Oh, well, that's a fog bank. Hey, Stella, good morning.
Stella,
Morning, Stella.
I've seen a Stephen King horror movie
Sam
start
Squad
like
said
that.
he is looking for the article.
Yeah, I just kind of gonna do a search. Do, do, do.
Feels bad, man. Yep. There's David is in mighty wonderful Scotland. Dave Innes is in between St. Louis and Kansas City in Columbia, Missouri. Hugh's in Canada, and Paul is in Canada. And Jackson RC Aviation is on the East Coast, somewhere in the Washington, D.C. area, I believe. Elaine, I think she's in the U.S. Maybe not. Maybe she's Canadian, but I think she's U.S. Blind Neil is in Canada.
Yeah. It says here, California to phase out gas dirt bikes.
That's when they're trying to phase out all fossil fuel vehicles eventually, right?
Well, they just come out with electric versions and
Yeah.
proud of themselves, thinking that they made a big leap forward, but yet they're going to have to somehow regenerate that in electricity.
They've got to generate the electricity. They've got to replace the batteries every few years and deal with that problem. It's the wrong solution to the problem.
Really, you think so, David?
Yeah. Hydrogen power, I believe, would be the way forward. But yeah, I don't know, 30, 40 years from now, the next generation or two are going to be, what the hell are we going to do with this pile of used batteries? Just saying.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't done any studying or any research, so I don't have a.
Well, the part that I feel bad for future generations, I don't personally have any direct children's or descendants, so I look like, my problem dies with me. So, right, me? But yeah, there isn't going to be any easy solution, I think, to any of it. But it's just like for generations, people just didn't figure they could fly until Da Vinci started coming up with
something will be discovered. I've no doubt. Cold fusion will become a real thing, and the idea of us all generating our own power in the back garden with a pint of water and what have you will be a thing.
Yeah.
It's going to happen.
But what'll happen then is if you're going to use water and separate the hydrogen out, at what point with the billions of people living on Earth are we going to suck the water out?
There's a lot of water.
Population problems, another thing we have to sort. But yeah.
Exactly. What was that Star Trek? Wasn't a movie. It was the original Star Trek series back in the 60s and 70s, where they went to a planet where there was just people bumping into each other.
Yes, that's right. Yeah. I remember that.
Over here, this is about 5 or 8 years ago, London, Ontario. They because of water, we got to conserve water and everything else here, and they were really watching people how much water they're using because you aren't allowed to water certain days and all this stuff. Anyways, it worked. People were conserving water and everything else. Then they stopped and they had to raise the price of water because they couldn't sell as much now. They weren't making money on it, so they had to raise the rates.
I guess the one head scratcher I have is that Ontario Ministry of whatever decided that it was a good idea to dig a mine up underneath the lower end of Lake Huron and they're stockpiling all of the radioactive isotopes there underneath the Great Lakes.
Well, see that one they gave up on, but I see an article here the other day. They're starting to drill in a new area now to see what's under the ground down there.
To me, Canada's a big place. Go put it up in the frost area, the frostbite up north.
Right?
Yeah,
Exactly.
You know, when what 90% of the population of Canada lives within 100 miles of the US border, why would you try and figure out how to dig underneath Lake Huron and put radioactive material?
Makes no
Yeah.
sense to me, Paul. I totally agree with you. We got a huge empty country up there.
Yeah.
With lots of freaking place to just, garbage too. Why do we export garbage? We've got the second biggest landmass of any country in the world.
Yeah.
And most of it's just open, empty nothingness.
and the technology, I'm sure they could come up with, but even if you go up north, there's mines there that they've walked away from, and they're in, just huge, vast areas.
Exactly. But why put it underneath Lake Huron? I don't get it.
Yeah.
It's just about that process is only about 100 miles northeast of Sarnia.
Yeah.
And it's just like every day they're putting more underneath there.
Oh.
In a change of subject and a bit of good news, I don't know if you've been following the HET, the Historical Inquiries team, that have been chasing servicemen from their days in Northern Ireland and trying to get them prosecuted for murder. A judge has just ruled that the evidence generated by the HETs is inadmissible in court.
Oh.
And Soldier A and Soldier C, because they don't give their names, have both been acquitted.
Oh, cool.
They officially pulled the plug on the plan to bury nuclear waste near Lake Huron. It didn't.
They have.
15 years of planning, and no, they've decided not to do it.
Well, good for them.
Yeah.
Because
But,
like you say, Hugh, just build a road up to nowhere, straight up.
Yeah, but then your environmentalists get involved. And
Yeah, all those people hugging the trees up there.
Yep.
Walk outside. I think she wants them. She's doing a dance around my feet here, and she's looking at me, and now she's doing that, open the mouth a little bit, going.
Morning, Chris. What's up, buddy?
Hey, good morning there, Chris Hope. Anyways, guys, right back. I gotta go grab something to drink, another
Hi, Chris.
coffee.
behind me.
Yeah, so another rainy day here, another no flying day.
Yeah, it's the sun's shining at the moment, but give it 5 minutes.
Yeah, where you live, you almost need a splash drone, man.
I'd be too tempted to go low level over the places like we were at the weekend.
There's a droner, I'm going to find his channel, a Scottish fellow, Robert something or other. He's got a really good channel. He does mostly stuff with his Mini 2. Let's see if I can find him. Windswept Robert. I'll put his link in chat here, David. Check him out. You might not like his channel. Interesting fellow. Puts out a lot of content. He puts out several videos a week. So Flywoo came out with a new drone, actually 2 new drones. I don't know if you guys have seen them yet. I will have to show you.
Sam Squatch put in a link there, Paul, to,
Yeah, I'm just looking at it. Yep.
Can we ride or not? Extended students as well as placing restrictions, including playground, perhaps the most egregious one was for men's placing. So, contrary to what he said, you could have potentially gotten a ticket for riding your motorcycle. Yes. Oh, okay. So that's not saying you can't ride a motorcycle. That was just if you're out of your house without a good reason, because we have a stay-at-home order, you'd get ticketed.
it's like that,
Yeah,
it's like that couple that went for a walk where she put a leash on them.
Yeah.
Well, and you look at the date on it, it's April 17th. He rescinded about the police stopping you. So, yeah, okay. Yeah, because he originally, see, the police were going to stop you and ask you where you were going. If you couldn't give them a valid reason, then you're going to get a ticket, but they've rescinded that since. So
Right.
that's not even a story now.
But yeah, but Mike, it's not $750 for being out riding a motorcycle. It's $750 for breaking the stay-at-home order. That's a different story.
Well,
The money grab.
Yeah, don't forget the
So ridiculous.
victim surcharge on that too. Eh?
Big
comes
money
out-
grab. That's what it
Yeah.
is.
She's doing better, Go Fish. She's still on the antibiotics, but the swelling's down, and
Oh, what happened to Lindsay?
she broke a tooth and had it temporarily capped
Shit.
just before COVID started. Then COVID started, and she couldn't get appointments after the lockdowns and all the rest of it. And then last week she broke the temporary cap, and an abscess developed underneath the tooth and the one next to it.
Ouch.
And yeah, ouch. But the antibiotics are doing their work, and she's got an appointment to have the tooth pulled now, and possibly the one next to it as well.
I'll tell you what, that's tooth pain is some of the worst, most nasty pain I've ever had.
I used to think so until I started suffering from regular ear infections.
That I haven't had since I was a kid. Yeah, I haven't had any experience.
I constantly get ear infections, and they can be worse than any toothache I've had.
You see Chris Hope.
What's up, Chris?
Go
Just
flush.
go flush. Hello.
Chris, do you smell something funny?
God, you hate those typos.
You know what I hate even worse is not the typos, but when the system auto corrects it to a random word.
To something random, yeah.
I've gone back and had to change something 3 times, 4 times as I'm typing because the bloody system keeps changing it on me.
Well,
Back
I used a word processor a long time ago called Agent, and it was one of the first things which had what do you call it? Word processing spreadsheets and databases under one, an Office suite type thing. I'll tell you how long ago it was, because you know how long Microsoft Office has been about. It was before then.
A long time, yeah.
But it had a spell checker on it, and the makeup car Vauxhall.
Yes, I do.
Yeah. Well, you had to be very careful when you were using the word Vauxhall, which wasn't very often, thankfully, because you didn't often write about the car, because it didn't take kindly to Vauxhall when it came to the spell checker. Vagina was what it changed it to. So you had to go back through and read, because that one time when you don't is when you send it to your poor aunt who owns a Vauxhall Beaver, and takes on a whole new meaning when the spell checker does that. So it's not a new problem, Hugh.
Oh, that's great there, Stella. Now you're gonna have to change your name now. You may not live this one down. Oh, that's funny. Oh.
This motorcycle thing, it all depends on the context, Sam Scratch, as well as anything else.
I can't believe they would target motorcycles. I really
No, I
can't see it in writing. I don't believe it. It just makes no sense to me whatsoever.
and it's a strange way to make law as well. It's it's that kind of way. Even when Boris went after the travellers, he had to be careful how he put the law, because he had to avoid being racial for a start with the gypsy travellers, because if they were genuine gypsies, then he was on to hiding to nothing with the law. So he went around about it, and basically he plumped for the thing he despises most, European law. And the way the Europeans do it is they define you're not allowed to set up camp, and they define camp as. So you can park, but you can't set up a camp, and that's the way he went.
Yep, that's how I grew up. That was my father's people. But none of us are none of us are racially different. We're all Caucasian, and most of the Irish and Scottish ones are, though.
Most these days, even the Irish and Scottish travellers are, yeah,
wait.
and they're not the old.
And when I grew up, they were virtually unknown in Canada. We were here, but nobody knew about it. Like in the UK, everybody knew travelers and tinkers and gypsies, and
Sounds like Chris has been on the curry again.
Yep.
See,
but yeah, I remember when I first came to work in London, there was a bunch of travelers outside the Eton boys' school. And there was a news article because the traveler boys were playing with the Eton boys out in the field. They were playing football. So it was a big news story, the poor and the rich and all that shit.
To kids that age, it probably didn't matter. It was just, another kid.
Yeah.
How could they stop motorcyclists? Because for some people, that's their only form of travel. I mean, before I was married, that's all I had was I didn't have a car before we were married. In fact, for probably 2 years after we were married.
Yeah, not in Canada, though. In Canada, I mean, obviously, we've got such a short season, right? You have to have other transportation, basically. Unless you're in Vancouver. Vancouver's a different story. You go there, there's virtually no snow in Vancouver. That's something I always liked about the UK was the possibility of driving your motorcycle all year round. I just love that.
Well, I did. It was my form of transport. And even in a bad winter, I would use my bike. I did coming back from, I went on it, but I came back from a 6-week course and I was downloaded with 6 weeks worth of kit. All right, I'd be washing every week and stuff like that. But, twin panniers, back on the backpack on and all the rest of it, tank bag and it was cold and it was icy and it was horrible, but I didn't have a car. That's what I had to do.
Well, when I emigrated to the US, I was on a motorcycle. I crossed the border and applied for because when you cross the border, you have to get your visa, and I got all that stuff on my bike.
You get it at the border, do you? I thought you applied for, well, you would these days, you'd apply for it well in.
You pre-apply, there's stuff, but you get a certificate. There's some paperwork you have to do when you cross the border.
All right.
You can also apply there too, but I was applying as a worker and it was a big process.
Yeah.
much easier to get into the UK. Because I got a 5-year visa to work in London too, or in the UK in general.
It's generally in Europe, even with the new rules and that, people over here, the holiday travelers, shall we say, who want to go and live 6 months of the year in Spain and then come back to England for summer and all the rest of it, are complaining about the rules now for the 90-day visa. You know, you can only stay for 90-day visas.
Yeah.
But that's fine. Why not get the other type of visa, which is the student worker visa, and you can stay, like you say, 5 years. You don't have to, you know, you've just got to think about it, apply in advance, and fill in the paperwork, and you know, spend a little bit more money. It's all because Brexit has taken away their free passage, and the international travellers didn't know what international travellers of old used to have to put up with to get anywhere.
I remember, like, when I started traveling for business in the 90s, you had to be really careful about what you said when you were going into a country. So basically, the legal teams always advised me, you were going on a business meeting. You don't say work, you don't say business meeting. That's all you say. Got a business meeting. That's all I ever said for the next 20 years.
I think of the problems I had traveling to places, shall we just say east of here, at the end of the Mediterranean. Imagine the places we're going: Greece,
Sure.
Israel, other places that we popped in to say hello to, including the Saudis, etc. If you said you'd been in one place, i.e. you had your passport with you, you couldn't get into the other place. If you went and back in the 80s, if you flew to Saudi and went through customs, got your passport stamped, you then pulled up, say, at Egypt, you'd get your passport stamped, no, not really too much problem. Then you turn up at Israel and you've got Egypt and Saudi on your passport, you ain't getting in.
I said, you've been to Egypt. Why have you been to Egypt?
Yeah.
What purpose, I'm asking?
Yeah.
It
So
is
we used to travel under a NATO travel order instead of our passports.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Good time.
And whatever you did when you were in the bar at night, wherever you were, even in these dry countries, you never mentioned that the next day you were hopping on the plane to go to Israel, or you'd been in Israel and you were now on your way home via Egypt and Gibraltar, sort of thing.
Never been to the Middle East or Israel. I honestly don't know if I'd want to go now with all the shenanigans.
It's probably a lot better now than it was.
Yeah,
To
maybe.
be honest, everything's, I mean, I'm not saying it's good, but it's probably settled down a bit, and it's it's limited in its scope compared with what it was back in the 70s, 80s and 90s. Saying that, last time I was in Egypt, there was still police and troops lining the streets.
Remember when I first went down to Mexico City in the late 90s or mid 90s, the thing I found very strange was outside of like expensive shops or banks, there were security guards with freaking pump shotguns. Forget a pistol. They're ready to like cut you down, man.
The last trip to Egypt, they'd gone as far as removing the hotel doors and installing metal detectors around them, and then putting smaller doors in place. So you were, everywhere you were going through metal detectors. It was.
Can you guys hear the vacuum cleaner?
Sorry?
Can you guys hear the vacuum cleaner in the background?
You can hear something, but it's not loud.
Not too. Okay, just let me know if it gets loud.
It's not as loud as Chris is snoring.
Well, I really miss flying acro, man. I tell you.
I just did a search for an Ethernet cable and I found one.
Okay.
Yeah, you found one?
That'd be it, right?
Yep, that's a Ethernet cable.
I'm
I'm
gonna
trying
go
to
and
figure-
refill my tea.
Do I just plug it into any one of them? It's got like 4 ports in the back.
It don't really matter which port, but yeah, there's numbered 1 through to whatever, but that's just for tracking purposes.
Hold on. What are you trying to do?
He's gonna hardwire his computer instead
Hardwire
of
the computer.
Wi-Fi,
Okay.
Into my router. Which
because
is,
he's been having issues sometimes, and sometimes he doesn't.
The only
Okay.
difference, there's usually a wide area network port to go outside, like from the internet coming in.
okay, I'm gonna look on the back of here.
It's numbered 1, 2, 3, 4.
Number 1 is plugged in, has it looks like a plug for a cell phone. Then the bottom ones, it has 1 and 2. So I should probably plug into 1, right?
Yep, should be able to.
Hey, Paul, can you mute Chris temporarily? His cell phone keeps going off.
Yes, I will do that. Give me just a sec here.
Take your time, Paul. What's up, AZ? How you doing, buddy?
Okay, he's muted now. Okay, now I'm gonna go over here and plug it into the back of my computer.
Even Dave Ennis doesn't snore that loud. I do. If I'll tell you what, if I fall asleep on the stream, you guys will know it because I snore like a under
A
lizard.
banshee.
Oh, horrible, horrible.
You know who started snoring now is Mia. And I can't tell whether she's got, because of her age, her back, what I can't tell you is if it's a blockage in her nasal cavities or something.
I find a lot of dogs snore as they get old, Paul.
Yeah.
Especially big dogs.
Okay, now I'm plugged into my computer, plugged into the back of the router.
You go to a ship and just, wow.
Ugh.
Hey, Hugh, does he have to shut off his Wi-Fi to
Do I
that
shut off the
computer?
Wi-Fi for that computer? No? Okay.
No.
Okay, so I plugged in. So what I'm gonna do now is,
Can you go find the camera and just play with it, see if it'll make any difference?
yes, I
He's
can.
getting a lot of lag, so. Not all the time, just sometimes.
Let's go to ship cam. I gotta pick a shim cam where there's not all kinds of fog.
Yeah.
All right, let me show you some drones. Because you guys want to see drones. You're drone enthusiasts, right? There's Flywoo's new Micro Hex.
God, that thing looks busy.
It is because it's got a GPS and everything, right? So
Oh, okay.
you'll
wow.
do a return to home, altitude hold, all kinds of stuff.
It just seems to be too much stuff exposed. Like, you know what I mean? It just,
That's typical though with FPV drones, Paul. Everything's exposed. You know, a lot of it too is they want to make sure there's airflow over the components because the video transmitters get really hot on these things.
Yeah.
Anyway, there you go. Some drone content.
wow, just looking at that lake in Alaska, it's starting to melt. Huh, there's open areas of water there now.
Yeah.
Spring has come to Alaska.
So,
So are you guys celebrating May 4th? It's the Star Wars holiday, man.
yeah.
It's a what?
May the 4th be with you.
May the 4th be with you. May 4th.
But
Today.
watch out for tomorrow.
What's that?
You have to watch out for tomorrow, though.
Why?
Revenge of the Fifth.
Oh,
Marine City, there's a ship go by, but I think somebody's already on it. Stone 3209.
Yeah. He's got real smooth.
What's Algoma doing? Oh, somebody's zooming in Algoma on the water.
looks pretty cool, Mike, and they're not very expensive, right?
Take care, go fish.
See you, go fish. I'm
Hey, I'm
anxious.
down manipulating right now, Paul, the Algonac cam.
Yeah, that's where I am right now, is the Algonac.
Okay, so I'm moving the camera.
Why are you
You
doing
gotta
that?
remember, there's about a 6 to 8 second delay from what I'm doing to what you're seeing.
Hi, Annabelle. Yes, baby. What's up? You want to come up? Or you want something to play with? Play. My cat's bored.
You're just panning it around?
Just panning it, and now I'm,
Oh, dope, zoomed in on the water.
yeah. The zoom went really strong there.
Yeah.
See, I haven't figured out how to adjust this.
There's gotta be a rate or something on the zoom in and zoom out, like, like the rate of speed that it does it, the zoom in, zoom out.
See, I'm just watching that boat go down now.
Yep, go on the other side of that island.
Yep,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna pan up a little bit. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pan in and see if I can't do it slow. See how it went fast? You don't see it yet, but you
Not
will.
yet.
And that was just a slight touch.
Yeah.
Why, Neil, Ethernet is pretty much plug and play these days.
Okay, now it's going up. Okay. Now it's just zooming in now.
See how fast that went?
But yeah, it was really quick.
Just a touch, just a touch.
You think you'd be able to slow down that zoom? There would be some kind of setting.
I can pan it.
No, usually you don't, Neil. Sorry, I'm not trying to be contrary, but usually Ethernet's just plug and play. You plug it in, the computer usually finds it.
Yeah, like, usually the wireless is the one you got to go in and program. It's not the hardwire. Usually a hardwire, just bang, it's there.
Yeah. Typically today they use something called dynamic host configuration protocol. We used to manually assign IP addresses and do all that kind of stuff, but most of the time you don't do that these days.
Like now your router will be set up to do DHCP by default.
Yep.
Unless you've been in and turned it off.
Yeah, and you can, but I don't think Paul has.
I know, and in this day and age, the way things are, you would just plug in and go. The only problem you may have is with the Wi-Fi configuration. Now, I always turn that off once Ethernet's in use, but I've used it together. I've used it bridged, and it works. Just if you're trying to free up Wi-Fi, it makes sense to turn it off on the computer when you don't need it. And on the joystick, similar to the way you can with a mouse, you should be able to calibrate the joystick locally, the hardware rather than the zoom on the camera, to mean that you've got to
Where
push
would, where
further.
would I find, because, I plugged in the joystick
Yeah.
and it just comes up and says device ready to be used. How would
Yeah.
I
In
find?
the device manager,
what
find
there-
the joystick.
there's
and,
such a thing as device manager?
Ask Sam Hayden. I'm back in. If you've not played in there, Paul, it's probably not a good idea to go and play in there.
Yeah.
I was just wondering where the hell it would be. What would be under? What would it be under on my computer?
And, well, you would get at it two ways: either by the control panel.
Yeah, you
Or
go through the
directly-
control panel, then you
Yeah.
go to hardware and sound, which it'll show your devices.
But if you're not used to playing in the actual device manager, it's probably best to leave it. To
Well, I was
Just-
just gonna go look. I wasn't gonna
yeah.
do it.
Yep.
I just wanted to look and see if it was listed there.
Alternatively, Apple has a good deal on computers this week.
The yeah.
It would be under settings.
Under control
No.
panel.
No. You need to. It depends how your machine's set up. Now, under Windows 10, control panel's partially hidden. You need to go down and look on your
Alright, bud.
menu.
Do you have a
need to-
search down there? Do you have a thing there where you can search for files beside
Yeah, I just typed in control panel.
yeah, just type in control panel.
Okay,
Okay, then it'll say system security, network, internet, hardware, sound.
hardware and sound.
Okay, right there, click hardware and sound.
View devices and printers.
Yeah, hit that.
Okay,
Okay, and it'll show all your devices.
it doesn't show it.
So it might be just a USB input device, like it might not. Because,
Yeah, what it does, it just plugs into the USB port and then
Yeah.
next thing you know,
So does a mouse, but you can change all this on a mouse.
You-
But you've gone
it's
into
not-
it the wrong way.
it's not showing the mices here either.
That's because you're not where I was going to take you.
oh, okay, maybe I'll
Right.
shut up.
You're in the Windows 10
Yep.
new control panel, load and junk settings. What you need to do is go to your menu, your little Windows button.
Yep.
Bring your menu up and you'll see Windows System under W, obviously.
Okay, going down to Windows accessories, administrative, erase, access, Windows Movie Maker, Windows PowerShell, Windows Security, Windows System.
Yeah, open up the system and in there you'll see Control Panel.
Control panel.
Click on that.
Yep.
Bring it up.
Yep.
Click on Hardware and Sound.
That's the same one we did. And it
And at the
doesn't.
top right, you should see Device Manager. Little shield with Device Manager.
Nope.
Where it says devices and printers at the very far right.
I don't
Oh,
want
that
devices
column.
and printers.
No, but what you want, it says device manager,
Yeah,
At the
see
very
top?
end.
Device Manager.
the top.
I'm going to show you guys what I'm looking at.
No,
No, go back one.
That's where it took me. Okay,
No,
I'm going to go back.
Just back
one,
up one. Okay. Oh,
right.
And that's where I went.
Hardware and
right there.
Sound. Okay, Hardware and Sound.
click. See up there on
There.
the right,
Device Manager. There.
up, right there.
Oh,
There. Oh, it says I've never been here before.
yeah.
Computer will self.
I can't see anything now, just a black square.
Okay. I'm going to stop sharing. Maybe I can get it to share again. Okay, let's try sharing. It didn't like that, but let's give it a shot. It's maybe too many clicks. Do you see it now?
That's
Yep.
it.
Yeah.
Right. now go and look on the human interface devices.
Right there?
Yeah,
You have to hit the
hit
arrow.
the little arrow there at the side.
Yeah, right there.
Nothing.
Nope, you missed it. Right now, there you
There
go.
we go. Okay, click on that, then it's not going to tell you which is which.
No,
Word. Flip.
Okay, mice and other pointing devices further down.
Right here?
Yeah,
no, that's just his mouse.
2 mice. One of them could be the
Other
Okay.
device, no, that'd be.
that one. That you've got a probably a device update, need an update or something. It's not happy, but that's not your. It's one of those 2 HID compliant mice. But which one? Right, pick the bottom one for now. Right click and show me the properties. Yeah, it's not gonna. Yeah.
Hang on, we're gonna do it again. Screen share, screen share. Screen share, okay.
Okay, click on driver.
But see, it says Microsoft and it's not Microsoft.
That's the device.
Okay, click on
Click on
what?
driver.
Driver.
Okay.
The thing is, this is showing that there's no and details. No, it's not going to help. Even right now, check the other one for the same thing.
Events.
Now go back.
No,
now.
no, go back.
Okay.
No, cancel.
Okay.
Click
Close
cancel,
out. There you go.
and
Okay.
then do the same on the other device. We'll see if we can
Un-
decide which is a joystick. It wouldn't, Neil, because USB's joystick's not being identified.
Yeah. You think there would have been software just for that program for
Yeah.
that? Yeah.
Yeah, I agree, but it's not been. It would have been if it was going to be identified. It would have been that human interface device section.
Okay, here's the other one coming up.
Yeah.
And it's probably going to
No,
be the same.
like-
Click on driver. Yeah, it's the same driver. So
Yeah.
it's treating either one as a mouse.
Okay. So what's the name of that thing you have? What's the brand of
It
that
is
controller you have?
Axis, AXIS, Axis,
AX
IS,
AXIN Axon.
AXIS, Axis.
Oh, Axis. Okay. Cool. Okay.
So I can just get rid of that.
No, well, yeah, just cancel. Yeah.
Okay. I just Axis surveillance. Okay.
Neil's typing stuff in chat, guys. I don't know. If you want to check out what he's saying, might be useful. I don't know. I don't have a Windows machine, so can't contribute.
I know how he's trying to get there, but if the device isn't registering as a joystick but being used as a mouse, then it won't help.
Yeah.
Well, it's a very expensive, in other words, it is one of the things for commercial use
It-
for monitoring cameras.
Yes, right. But
So, but
to
it
your system,
usually have 3 different components, you know?
to your system, right, holds up a mouse. See the red light? That is detecting motion and being determined and turning it into movement, be it left or right, up or down.
Right.
And what they've done in a joystick, instead of like an old-fashioned joystick, what they've done is they've taken, if you like, the mouse wheel out and put in a joystick so you can thumb it or whatever to move it. And it's a perfectly valid way of doing it. And means that Windows can just deal with it, USB plug and play. you probably find on the manufacturer's website there's an actual driver, and with that driver you can adjust things like sensitivity and you know, the center of the joystick and things like that.
Do you know which one you have, Paul? Is it a T8311 joystick?
Wait, I'll look. T8311 joystick. Yep.
Okay, just for the fun of it. I'm gonna put a link in.
Because I went to YouTube looking for it, and I could not find. I couldn't find anything that allowed me to. All the videos and stuff were like unboxing and taking it apart and all kinds of stuff like that.
Yeah, well, there, I just put a link in there, but it's got a installation guide and a manual you can download
Oh,
right there. That link I just put in for you.
okay. Before I go to that, I'm going to screen share one more time. This is what Blind Neil said to put in. I put in joystick, and it brought this up.
Yeah. Go to highlight the, you can try advanced, but it's properties really you want.
None.
So
All right, select what's under the preferred device, probably HID or something. The menu you brought up, there's a drop box which currently says none. What does it, what are your, no, don't do that.
Down, right? No, up higher,
A bit.
right there.
There, that's
Click
it.
on that. Click down. None.
There you go,
Okay.
none. There is no joystick fitted. Nothing identifying as a joystick fitted from that. So cancel that. Select controller. Oh,
It's
there aren't
highlighted.
any. Sorry, there aren't any. No, there aren't any. So you can't set properties. No. Come on out. Have a look on there.
Go to that link, Paul. There's a manual you can download and everything on it.
It's the case with Windows having a lot of drivers pre-installed that you don't need. That's what you're seeing there, Neil.
There's what Paul sent me. Right
Yeah,
there.
that's it. And I've been on that page. Might be worth having a read of those books, those manuals.
I'm gonna save that.
So you bought that joystick, Paul?
Yeah,
Nice.
that's the one they recommended.
Yeah.
And see, it's got all these, if you notice right behind the joystick there's all these friggin' little buttons, but they're like J1, J2, J3, J4, and then the bottom two are L, and to the right is R. And I have not a clue what the hell.
I'd have a stab as L and R being left and right.
That's what I thought. So when I was connected, I hit the R, nothing, and held it, nothing. I hit the L, nothing, held it, nothing. So, yeah, I'll have a look at that.
Mhm.
But thanks for everybody's help and understanding and taking the time.
Okay, gonna share something here.
Uh-oh.
Connect the USB cable to USB on the computer. Follow the instructions to install the necessary drivers. Will appear as a game controller / device in Windows. Start the supporting application software. Access camera station will automatically detect the devices. So, okay, this is just in part the first one I downloaded just to see what it is. Verify the operating system, identify the joystick. This can be checked in Windows Device Manager.
Which it didn't identify it as a joystick. It's identified it as a mouse.
Yeah.
I'm gonna drop out, guys. I'll be listening in. I just got some things to do.
Okay,
Yeah.
you.
All right, see you later.
Well, that's the
buddy.
French version. Okay.
That might help.
Okay, this is just the first one. Okay, I'm gonna go
See,
look at
there's
the other one.
that you just showed. It showed the 3 different components of their whole system.
Yeah.
And this is only one component of them, but it was recommended by some of the other camera operators that if you want to use one, that's the best one to use.
Yeah. Yeah, because it says that, yeah, they can be connected separately or together as a unit. But it says 6 fully customized keys. So customizable, that means you can customize each one.
Which means you've got to have a bit of software.
3
It's
is
all-
a shuttle wheel.
Was
Okay,
there
jog wheel.
was there a disc of any kind in there, Paul? You know, a
No,
micro
no,
CD or
It was an open box, it was in a plastic bag, and it was just shipped.
there might be
Okay.
somewhere on there. Because if you can customize those buttons, you need something to do it with.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna get this bigger. Okay, I don't know make how much bigger I can make this, but we'll try it right here. Okay, well, I gotta switch this over.
Yeah, just to control the portion cam.
Cause it'll come up, here, I'll show you, Dave. Whoops, it's
I've
going-
just been thinking, if you go into the tech support, there's a whole download area with full of software.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, it falls under control panel.
Okay,
under
you've
game-
got it, right? Look
game
at
Yeah,
under
game
game
controller.
controllers, right?
Yeah,
Let's see if you can find it there, Paul.
yeah. Your control
Look.
panel. Yeah, okay, I'll just stop share here. Cause I'm reading here. The system must have supporting application software. Example is the Access camera station that it can detect a new hardware. Oh,
Right. So you need to download some software then, that sounds like. But
yeah, that's what it sounds like. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm just going
and-
through the manual.
if you brought that page up, Paul, you brought the documentation page, there's a support page, you go on there, there's a place in there to download what you need.
But it says that, yeah, what? Just go back to where it was. Access camera station is the
Yeah, I saw
software.
that.
Yeah.
I saw that piece of software.
Okay, so I can access that through the link that you gave me?
Mm,
Yeah. If you look at when that link comes up, Paul, that's the documents page.
Okay,
If you look at the top, nearer the top, you'll see tech support. Select that, and there's a
Okay.
downloads bit.
hang
in
on,
there.
I'm gonna go to it right now. Maybe you guys can help walk
of-
me through.
of that firmware download
No, not the firmware one.
or software download?
Software download.
Okay,
Okay.
click. Yeah,
I'm going to screen share. Okay, here's the main screen.
yep. Go to
Yeah.
support. Okay, over on the right, software download.
Download.
I'm just trying to see which access camera station. Okay,
There you
the
go.
next on the left and down. Access camera station. Keep going left. There you go. You're in the right box.
But is
Is-
that what this is? This is just. a
That's what they
joystick.
said that you wanna, that's the one they said you wanna download. I think Access is an entry-level IP solution for installation, videos recording the cameras. No, we don't want that. It's IP surveillance software that works with that network cameras and video and cords for video monitor, recording, and event management. Now tool delivered easy cost. Okay, what's that one?
Camera
That's what-
station device.
To verify that everybody is compatible with Access Station 5 and above. Device compatibility. Mhm. I'm just gonna. Okay.
The best bet.
Okay, hey, Paul,
Yeah,
go to that camera station. Up on the left. So down, a little
Right
bit right there. Okay, click on it. Okay. Now it'll come up with another screen. Okay, what the hell is that? That's a pop-up.
It's a pop-up
Yeah.
advert of some sort. Yeah.
Close that out.
How the hell do I close? Oh, I see.
Go up the top. Okay. Access camera station. Where? Hang on. Let me go back one. No, because I get a different one. I did access camera station, and it come up access camera. There you go. Okay. Okay. There you go. I was reading here. Okay. Okay. Where was I looking? Oh, hang on. No, hang on. Maybe that's not the one I was at. Hang on. Just give me a second here. Okay. Compatible. Which one? Just give me a second. I was reading one here a minute ago. Oh, I'm sorry. Access. Okay, go back one, Paul. Okay, go down to access media control. Down. Okay,
Right
click
there?
on that one. Yep, click on that one. Now, if you read it, okay, it in addition supporting stream video, AMC provides additional camera controls such as controls auto motion detection, pan, tilt, and zoom. But is that for a camera or for the stick though? I don't know. Which it says it installs automatically on first use, after which can be configured by opening AMC control
sus-
panel applet from the Windows control panel. I don't know. In addition to supporting stream video, AMC provides additional camera controls. That is a camera control that you have.
No. He needs something to configure
Yeah,
the camera controller, the joystick with.
yeah.
He's got no way of configuring those buttons for a start, so there must be something. This could well be it. What I was about to say, Paul, is ask the person who recommended the controller which software you should use.
Yeah, because
Oh,
there's
then-
probably some software there.
It was on eBay.
You could still ask them. No, but somebody recommended it, didn't they?
Oh, hang on. Okay, I'm on that same tab. I went to the manual. Under page 30,
Okay, wait.
it says access video surveillance joysticks, joystick button control configuration. So it's on page 31. So I'm going to go down to it.
Page 31 of which?
Okay, go to access media control. Okay, down. Okay, cool.
Okay.
Okay, click on that. Okay, now see the manual over on the right-hand side there, right there. Oh, too far. Right there. That's the manual. Okay, click
Okay.
on that. Okay, that open now. Now you have to go down to page 30. I'm just working on it right now, so. Okay, so page video tab. What page is this? 23. No, not there yet. Okay. Okay, right there, page 30 it shows a different couple of different controllers. Cool. Okay, there's that one that you have, the T8-311. Okay. Oh. Okay. Right there. Keep going just a little. Yeah, there you go. And you'll read at the bottom of that page right there. I'm just looking at it. And let me tell you. Move yours left, right, forward, back. The joystick can also be turned clockwise to zoom the camera in and on, image counterclockwise zooming out. Okay, see joystick settings, page 25. Oh, for fuck's sakes. But if you go down a little bit further, next page, joystick button configuration. Okay. It's got to be software for this. Okay, I'm going to go back to page 25. Okay.
It's gotta be
Joystick set.
software because see what it's saying here, Paul? It's bringing up button 1, so you must be able to select button.
Yeah.
So if you go to page 25, Paul. It'll come up right there, joystick settings. Pen sensitivity controls the horizontal left and right sensitivity of your joystick.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
see, it's got it all right here.
Everything you
Tilt,
need.
Tilt
Everything in-
sensitivity, yeah, acceleration.
So how do I
Default-
get to that?
No, it said something about AMC control panel. If you have more than one joystick attached to the computer, just drop down to use it. Default joystick will appear in the box when plugged into the part.
Paul H, is this the manual that was on that page?
Yes, it was.
Media
Right.
control.
Well, to the right of that is a software download. So
Yeah.
I suspect that's the software you need.
Right
wait.
here?
Yeah, latest
go.
software version. Yeah, just click on that one. License agreement. Yeah.
Yeah, I agreed to give up my children, my cats, and my deaf budgie. Yeah, that's okay. And then
Okay. Open the file. It's in behind there, Paul, I
it's in
think.
behind, and we're probably not going to see what it's up to.
Go to your downloads.
Okay, hang on. Stop share. Confirmation
The
installation.
installer is ready to
There you
install.
go.
Next.
Is being installed. Control, yeah, active media control embedded installer is being installed.
Do you want? Yes.
Installation complete.
Close.
Close. Next, the installer is on your computer. Click next to start the installation. And go to close. Okay. Why'd that come up twice?
I don't know.
Wow, isn't that weird? Confirm installation. Okay, installation complete. Are you want to exit? Is there any place to say to open it? Click next to. Okay, no, cancel. Because something screwed up there. Next to start the installation, but you've already installed it.
Click cancel, Paul.
Yeah, I just can't. Okay, close.
Close now. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Is there anything over there on your screen now showing that? No, I don't see it.
That'll be in his menu, probably under access. Axis.
Yeah, just click on that. Logitech webcam software that you didn't load down. You may have to go to your downloads, Paul. Click out of there. Just go off to the side. Okay, go over to your files, bottom left.
Bottom left.
Okay, there's beside your Google is the files. You know where? Go over a little bit farther to the right. The third icon, right there. Click on. Yep, click on that. Okay, go up to downloads. Click. MC embedded there, right there. Windows installer. Click
Is that
that.
the one?
Yep. Oh, no, you got it right there. Double click on it, maybe. Welcome to the setup. Repair it. For some reason, it didn't get finished thing. Okay, just hit finish. Successfully is installed. Okay, cool. Close. Okay, now we just got to find where it is. No, well, you went back to it. No, just cancel it out, Paul.
Finish. Yes, we'll do it again. Okay, now just close.
Close. Yeah. Okay, close out of that. It's got to be somewhere in your software now. I don't know what kind of icon it would use. Yeah. I don't even see it under.
It'd be under his menu somewhere if it's going to be anywhere.
Yeah. It should be the last loaded, but click down and it might go under access. No. Audacity, App Explorer. No, not there.
Keep scrolling, Paul.
Yeah, just slowly, yeah, to keep going. FLIR systems. Huh. Logitech, no, none of that. Huh,
Nope.
not, well, that's weird. Give me a minute, I'm gonna play. Yeah, I'm just gonna go download.
What you could do now,
Recently added, no.
no,
I agree, well,
it
okay.
depends if he's only done it. If it's as a driver, you might have to go in and find it as an object, which is going to probably, because it's the way things are, involve rebooting. What you're probably going to be best doing later, Paul, is do the reboot and go back in and look for it as a device. And this time it should show.
Yeah.
And then go in there, properties, and you should get your menu up where you can adjust the sensitivity and everything. But I think you're probably going to need a reboot because at the moment it's installed as
Okay.
a mouse effectively, and the
Yeah, I
just
downloaded
Windows.
it. Yeah, I downloaded it too here, and it's not showing on my software either.
Yeah, because it's probably just a device driver with no interface till you go into the device
Yeah,
manager.
yeah, I'm gonna go take a look here.
I just went,
Control
this
panel.
popped up again. License agreement, and what happened is it's also showing that it's waiting to load it again. In other words, I got two files up there.
Yeah, it's okay. Okay, I'm just bringing mine up here now. Okay, computers, cameras, imaging devices, Pro, no. Interface. Okay.
You think I
Computer.
need to register a new account?
I wouldn't have thought so.
I wouldn't. I don't think so. Wouldn't think so.
Not for just something to drive your joystick.
No, that's
Weird.
Bluetooth. Mice, keyboard, HD compliant mouse, keyboards, portable devices, software security system devices, software components. Okay, software device.
Especially after you're changing one device driver to another. Neil.
Yeah.
We're down to 9 people watching this. Interesting.
Okay.
Oh, well, I would love to be able to just dial it down, like we do the rates on our controllers for our drones.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, that's exactly what that is going to give you the ability to do once it's running.
What would happen, Dave, if he unplugged it and plugged it into a different USB port? Would it pick up the software?
Yes, because it reinstalls every time.
Mm-hmm.
So yes,
Just
that
un-
might work. If he was to unplug the joystick, count to 10
Unplug.
and even plug it back in the same spot.
Let me see if I can trace the friggin' wires as to which one it is. Got a snake pit going here. Okay, plugged it back in again. You
I heard
probably
it go.
heard it.
Did it do anything to the screen?
No, it needs to dive into the driver. But at this stage, if something has been installed, you should be able to now search for it instead of
You know what's wrong?
what's wrong. Wrong computer.
Controller is on the other computer. And we
You've installed
downloaded it to this computer.
I'm saying nothing.
I forgot you got. I forgot you had so many.
Too many friggin' computers.
Oh, you should be able to just copy that file across, though, Paul.
Yeah, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go over and I'm gonna load this on here. And get that going.
That's probably why we were trying to find that file. We couldn't find it because of the files on the other computer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's why we couldn't find it.
Oh, well. Thanks, Paul. It's probably already there, you know.
let me see.
Right. What time's the next flight? I'm going over there to sort him out.
That's not what I want. We're not Microsoft.
I think I'm going to reward myself with another cup of tea. Back in a minute.
Okay, now we're back up again. Now I gotta find, okay, the axis. Okay, Paul, you're gonna have to walk me through, and what I'm gonna
Okay.
do is I'm going to
Okay.
start the
Okay.
camera behind me. No, that's not what I want to do.
Okay.
Okay. So, screen share. Okay, Paul, can you see that?
Yep.
Okay, I've got it up here on this computer.
Yep. Okay.
Now, across the top are my
You want-
solutions, products, learning, support, partner, and where to buy.
Yep. You want support. Okay. And on the right-hand side is a software download.
Right there, okay? Then we wanted to go to,
Access media control.
click on that, okay?
Yep. And then the software is over on the right-hand side. It says download.
Download the newest version of software, right?
Yeah, you want the latest version. Yeah. You
Which
should have
is-
that.
Right there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Latest version of software is 7.5.4.1. Yeah.
Okay, there, I brought it up a little bigger, okay?
Yeah. Like, then you got the license agreement.
Yep.
You got to.
Agree.
Yeah, agree.
Okay, so now it says
The
open
the
file.
file should be down in your bottom left-hand corner of your screen. On mine, it does. Along the black or up the top, one or the other. It'll say AMC embedded
The installer is
MSI.
ready to install on your
Okay.
computer.
Yep.
Hit next.
Click next.
Please wait. Boom, 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 boom. Access controller embedded installer has successfully been installed. So now it's saying close, which
Yep.
I closed.
Yep.
So I should be able to close this, the download up top, right?
should be able to call, it should be, come up successfully installed and all that, right?
Okay. But it came back to the agreement again.
Yeah, I don't know why it does that. I just close out the page.
Or go back. Okay, so now we want to go and see down here if it's been downloaded.
Yeah, what you go, go to your downloads.
Right there, okay.
Is it-
AMC embedded, okay?
Yeah.
Click on it.
Yeah, just click on it, because if the worst case scenario, it'll reload it or repair.
Welcome to Embedded Installer Wizard. Repair, remove.
No, you want to repair it, just hit repair. It'll just say, it's already there, but it just,
Okay, so now,
it should be already there. Now, just for the fun of it, go back to your homepage,
okay, so I can
just close out everything.
close that out. Close that out. I just put them on hold.
Okay, now hit your Windows button
Windows.
down the bottom left-hand corner. Does it show it at the very top?
Nope.
No, okay. It might be just embedded hardware, software, so. And what I would do, just close
And I
all that.
don't see it. It's not listed like on my home page, whatever.
Yeah, there's nothing on there saying there's that hardware or pistol, right?
Nope.
So, okay, so what I would do, I know it's a pain in the ass, unplug it again,
Unplug the
controller again,
driver.
okay, and wait a few seconds.
Probably those lights.
Okay. I just close all that out. I'll now plug it back in.
Okay, I'm
It
gonna
should
plug
find
it.
the hardware.
Now I'm at my desktop. Is that fine?
Yep, you're fine, just like that. Yeah,
Okay.
just plug it back in. You should hear a ding.
Yep.
Okay. Unless we go searching for it again under, so where do you want to go back to your control panel, Paul? No, that's not your control panel. Go under your search bar at the bottom left. The little white bar, and just punch in control panel.
Okay.
Okay,
The System security, network, internet, hardware, and sound.
okay, so you want hardware and sound again?
Should I check programs to see if it was installed?
I don't know if it's an actual program. I think it's just embedded software. But just try hardware and sound
Oh,
again.
yeah, okay, did that, and it shows Access Media Control.
Oh, does it?
Yes.
Hmm.
So do I double click on that?
I guess so. I don't know. I don't have that because I don't have the hardware or the stick in my thing here, so I can't see it. But it's under, what's it under?
Access Media Control.
Okay, just give me a second here. Well, if that's what you want, the
I put it
control.
on my homepage now. It allowed me to drag it over there.
Yeah, because I can't see it clearly, Paul. All I can
Okay.
do is see your kind of a screen.
Well, see, it allowed me, this icon right here now
Yeah.
says Access Media Controller,
Oh, cool. That's what you want.
okay?
Yeah.
And this over here is, it doesn't allow me to make it bigger. I wonder why. Maybe because this is up. I close that,
Yeah.
see if I can make that. Nope, it doesn't want me to enlarge that for some reason.
Can you drag the sides,
No,
the top and bottom? Huh? So what's it saying there, Paul? I can't see
Okay.
it clearly.
up here in the top left, well, first thing it says audio, then it says PLZ. I don't know what that means. Oh, there it is, the sensitivity. The joystick and everything. Pan sensitivity. I'm gonna put it down to 1 tilt sensitivity. I'm gonna take it down.
You don't want to go too low. It'll take forever.
Acceleration, I'm gonna take it down.
Hey, Dave, I think we found it.
One of the issues with Windows being too helpful these days.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, the thing of it is that it's listed when I pull it up under PLZ, please. And that's where it gives me all of the different calibrations.
Yeah.
And I reduced them down. So now let's go back over to here. Let's get rid of that. Let's go to here. Where can I open a camera? Let's open a camera in Marine City. Okay, what's my password?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Did you get that password, Paul?
I can't see it. It's fuzzy. As I said, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
No, they got some goofy password.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Okay, I'm coming over, coming up.
Actually, this view gives us probably the first real indication of just how solid a base that joystick's on.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
a big piece of kit.
So now I'm going to take it off of guided tour, which I'm controlling. And I don't know if you can see it or not, but there's a
I can see it there, Paul, on the
little
right.
yellow circle right there.
Oh, yep. Okay. Yep.
Okay, so now the joystick's here. Let's see what happens when I push it off to the side.
You may have to play with the sensitivity that works for you, right?
Nothing.
You try zoom, hold it, turn the zoom and hold it. Turn the zoom and hold it and see if it goes in.
Nothing.
Okay, might be sensitivity. What was the numbers on the sensitivity? Do you remember?
It was up at about 50%.
I'd go to about 25 or something, or if it was 50. Okay, just go to that, click on that, just minimize that.
Okay, I just did that myself with the manual on screen.
Yeah, but that's got nothing to do with the joystick. Just minimize that, Paul, so you don't lose it.
Okay.
Boy, it's slow. Okay, now go to your access control. Okay. Where you were and put the sensitivity about 25 or whatever, or 30 or something. Because you said it was 50 before?
Yeah.
Okay, I would try 25. 1 is way too low.
And originally it says select the joystick. It had default, and I changed it to AX T8311.
Yeah.
And the mouse sensitivity is on high.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, and then
Now I
bring that,
should be able to go back there, right?
yeah, you should be able to just bring it back up. Cool. Now try and see what happens.
Nothing. Should I plug and unplug it again?
Yeah, just for the fun of it. Okay, plug it back in. There you go. You can hear it click in.
Oh, it's working now. But it's pretty fast.
Okay, well, I'll go back to your sensitivity and lower it then. Go down to 10.
My choices are pan and tilt.
Yeah.
Acceleration, maybe?
Yeah,
Okay, let's see. Still pretty fast. I'm gonna
Okay.
take the acceleration down to low and see if it changes it at all.
okay.
Nope.
No.
Still zooms at the same rate.
Huh. There's got to be a sensitivity setting or something.
Joystick settings, pan sensitivity, tilt sensitivity, acceleration. That's not it. I'm gonna take the mouse sensitivity down to medium.
Yeah, go the mouse. Maybe it's getting back feed from it.
Okay. Here, mouse is okay. That seems to have slowed it down some.
Yeah.
So now I'm going to take and move the mouse down a little bit.
Yeah.
Let's see what that does. No, it's still fast, still jumping.
Yeah. Huh.
That was set at high, so now I set it medium. Let's take the acceleration down again.
Yeah.
Pretty fast.
As soon as you touch it, it moves real quick, eh, Paul?
Yep.
Yeah.
See how fast that goes?
Okay, what about the pan and tilt? Like, or you're going to the right or left? Is it still fast? The
Okay,
left or right?
There's all the way.
You can control that.
Yeah, let me slow it down just a little bit more. Yeah, I like that. I'm gonna slow it down a little bit more. Let's take it to low. I'm gonna take it to full low and see what the difference is.
Well, yeah. Okay. It still goes in fast, doesn't it? You
Yeah.
zoom in. Cool.
I'm
Or
able to
something.
almost follow that.
What is that on the mouse settings or on the axis?
It's on the pan sensitivity, tilt sensitivity. I have them both set to low, and acceleration. I'm going to put it on low and see what that does. Okay, so now I'm gonna go up a little. I like that better. And then I'm gonna go to zoom in. That was just a touch. See how fast it went?
Yep.
But
Hmm.
it seems to be better than what it was. I'm gonna try and pan in a little. That was just a touch.
Yeah.
Gonna pan out
Still fast.
fast. That's just a rocket.
Okay, let's go back to where it was. Where was I?
I'm gonna
Okay,
pan it here,
go.
and then I'm gonna zoom in on these guys fishing.
Uh,
See what happens.
Okay. So 25. Okay. Okay.
Well, I like the pan and tilt portion of it, the speed.
Okay. I'm going back to the manual here. So I'm just gonna see if there's anything for zoom settings. Buffer, snapshot, egg 4, tab, video tab. I want 25. I think it was right here. Okay, now I get to see what you're looking at for settings. Okay, cool. Tilt. Okay, I see the. Okay, cool. I'm just gonna. Oh, I can't share while Paul's sharing. Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna stop share.
Okay.
Stop share.
Okay, cool. Now, I just want, just for the fun of it, is this the screen that you're looking at?
Yes,
Okay, so this is what you're looking at, pan sensitivity, tilt.
I got everything set on low,
Okay,
except I
Okay.
changed that default one to if you click on that, what it brings it up is, it brings up that or the specific joystick, which is the
Yeah.
right number.
yeah,
Yeah.
okay,
Um,
okay.
what have you got the mouse settings at, Paul?
Mouse settings, I've got it set at low too.
Low as well. Okay, because I thought, yeah,
Mouse sensitivity? Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
cool. Have you tried the mouse? See if it make a difference on zooming with the mouse?
Okay,
curious.
let's try that.
Okay, I'm just gonna ruse.
no. What I was thinking was they may have used the fore and aft, for the zoom, the of the mouse wheel. Depends how they've which control line they've used.
What happens with the mouse is when I roll the mouse button,
Mm-hmm.
I'll show you. Maybe you can see it on here. I don't know.
Just describe it.
Screen share.
There you go.
Share. Okay. Now watch when I roll the mouse, you'll see a yellow box go like this, and it's like it's framing it. See it? Boom. Then if I use the mouse on the little mouse control, I can bring it back up. And then if I roll the mouse,
Well, it's funny. One of the things I'm reading here, under the access control, the sensitivity, selected joystick flip thing, calibrate to open the game controller windows located in MS Windows control panel. But it says here, but mouse settings, use this setting to adjust the zoom speed when scrolling with the mouse. On page 30, what's it? No, see,
Okay.
there's some joystick and description of the parts
so maybe there is no setting
for the zoom.
for the zoom on the joystick.
Can you
Yeah.
show me the tab of that screenshot, Paul. Again, once Paul M's
Oh,
finished.
where was I?
I'm gonna
Hang
stop,
on.
I'll stop share so you can see it.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay, where was I here? Okay, it was not that one. I gotta go back and, right here. Okay, I am, where is share screen? Right there. Cool. Share, I can make it bigger
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, that's
Sorry.
fine.
Okay, cool. Right there.
No, can you that's it. I was just wondering whether on the video
Understand.
there was something about Zoom under there, but obviously you'd have to go to that part of the.
This ain't a program. This is just
Yeah,
a manual.
you'd have to
I'm
find
looking
the
at.
video tab. Yeah.
Yeah. The general
Just
network
wondering if
streaming
under
snapshot.
there, where it says video.
Yeah. I don't know. Well, Paul would have to bring it up here. So,
Yeah.
but anyways, I'm going to go down to page 30 for a minute, see if I can do some more reading here. Go on network camera lifting. Cool. Okay. Well, okay. You're not going to record anyways. Okay. So. Okay. No, that's for using joystick button configured using the mouse, using the joystick. Yeah, that's what we want.
Well, it's working better than what it was.
Yeah. Okay.
Got to work out how to get the Zoom sorted
Just
for you.
the Zoom isn't.
Mm-hmm. But it's funny because it's got pan and tilt and all that, but acceleration, all the acceleration does is adjust the sensitivity relative to how far the joystick has moved. At low acceleration, small and large joystick movements will have the same sensitivity. But full flip, tilt, axis to tilt up. Okay, that's if you want to change it around, calibrate. But see, don't talk anything about the zoom. Hang on, I'm just do audio. We've got video overlay. Okay, that button with the video on it, video mixing. That's all that is, rendering and enable overlays. That's all that is.
All right. Okay.
Dave, on the video tab. Yeah, I'm just looking here. Yeah. The other one just a H.264. Okay. Nothing about zooming in or nothing. And make 4 feedback. Streaming. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it on auto. Back on auto tour.
Yeah. Okay. It said that the AMC is dependent on the camera zoom calibration.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the cameras isn't calibrated slow, it's calibrated.
Yeah.
relatively fast. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it sounds like it's just a matter of practicing with what you've got.
Yep, yep.
At least you've got the rest of it
Too.
the way you want it now. That's a
Yeah,
start.
the pan I like, and I think that it'll be interesting to see if when I do a ship or something, if I still get the jittery, or if it's really long delay.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. You guys have been very, very helpful. Blind Neil,
hope-
thank you too.
Yeah.
Hello, Brian.
Hey, Manamana's here. Paul.
Hey, Manamana. Hey, hey.
Can you imagine that?
There was something here under. I want to quickly read through.
Hey, Paul, it's time for a song, my friend.
Oh, ho, all right. Yeah.
Manamana. Do,
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 do.
do, do.
Manamana. Do,
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 do.
do.
Manamana.
No,
Do,
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 do, do, do, do, do, do, do, do, do, do, do, do, do.
do.
Manamana.
Hey.
Yeah, everybody's been helping me, Manamana, with Brian, with trying to set up my joystick because I do voluntarily, periodically control the cameras from here.
Well, it's too big. I'm gonna shrink it
And
just a
I
bit.
was getting jittery or too fast a movement with the joystick.
Okay. Hey, Dave, take a look at this. Okay, under access media control under streaming, this is about buffering and stuff. Increase the buffer for smoother playback on a slow network since audio is more sensitive than video. The buffer size should generally be set higher when audio is used. But he doesn't use audio.
Doesn't. And I'm not sure that's going to help him because he's not doing the streaming, is he?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, it's coming from the original party. I'm a third party user, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I just been kind of trying to read through here some of the stuff on the manual, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I appreciate all the help that you and Dave have given me.
Well, it's I don't know how to put it, but if you add a new device, there's usually software to go with it, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So, and I'm just about ready for Tim Hortons.
But if you bought it open box from eBay, who's to say that there wasn't a small, these mini discs in there with the
Yeah.
with the right software in it?
But that Pinnacle 24, I paid about $124 for it, $120 for it, but I had to order a disc for it. It was brand new. So it's a backup disc. Instead of creating one, they have one that's got everything on it, right? So
Yeah, I've got no backup at all for Filmora. Just an account with them that registers the fact that they owe me one bit of software kind of thing.
Yeah.
But Lindsay's new PC hasn't got a CD on it or DVD on it. Hasn't got any way of putting software on except via the internet or USB stick or local network.
Yeah.
But we've got an external one which we plugged in and I installed all that stuff on there. But it's more and more they're wanting you to rely on the cloud, and there just isn't enough cloud for everybody's data.
Yeah.
I'm up to 12 terabytes just for my own personal use.
Yeah.
Imagine everybody in the world needed that much disk space in the cloud.
Yeah.
Yeah, careful,
No,
man.
no,
I'm
no,
not sure we need to know
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Yeah, I better go. I got some dogs crying here too. They bugging me to go outside. They probably got to go out and do their thing. And
Yeah, I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna call it a day.
yeah,
Everybody's probably got things to do. And David, are you gonna be around tonight or?
I should be. If I'm not on straight away, it's because I'm desperately trying to upload a video because I haven't
That's what I
even
thought. You
started.
had
Yeah,
some
yeah,
video editing to do and.
I haven't even started recording the one for tomorrow yet.
Oh.
yeah. Oh yeah, you still got a lot of editing to do.
Well, I've got all that editing, but that I've got weeks to do that. It's the
Yeah, yeah,
the Wednesday one, which is done as near as live as possible.
yeah.
It's getting a bit too close to near as live for me at the moment.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah. I'm not sure if I'm going for coffee, but even if I do go for coffee, I usually come on for a few minutes anyway. So
But yeah, I should be about.
I'll probably about 6:30. I usually about 6:30, quarter to
Yeah,
7
I don't
to
know
go
if
to my
I'm gonna
friends.
go on or not, but Roger's
Yep.
not going to, as far as I know, but you never know, he's a young man. changes.
Well,
Oh yeah, yeah,
depends what kind of day out he's had, doesn't it?
Yes,
yeah.
it does.
yeah. I couldn't see anything. I was reading everything under that manual there, Paul, and I couldn't see anything about slowing the speed down on that Zoom.
On the Zoom, yeah. Yeah, I think that Dave's hit on it right. It's probably a control, the surface thing that's transmitted from the
The camera.
They one day might well update the software and you can zoom away.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, everybody in the chat, thanks for being here, and
Yep.
we'll
Bye,
see you
everybody.
guys all again next time.
Yep.
And I'd like to thank Dave Ennis, and David Desmond Donders. Go check his channel out, and Paul Hodges
Cool.
for being here this morning.
Cool.
So everybody have a great day. We'll see everybody again soon.
Catch you guys later.
Bye,
Eh?
everybody.